Scotland's a wild and lovely place.
But there's a change we must embrace.
Scotland's water's world class.
No doubt.
So, take a refillable bottle.
When you go out.
It's your water, your life.
Top up from the tap with Scottish Water.
Fresh, cool, clear.
And only available right here.
Session 9. My name's Robert Taylor. With me this evening, I've got the head coach from Stirling Swim, Kerry Wood. Good evening, Kerry.
Hi there.
Nice to have you with us
Thanks
this evening. So as you can see, it's finals tonight. Boys 200 back, girls 400 free. But a good mixture this evening. 250s follow that. And then we conclude with 100 breast for the boys, 200 butterfly. And after all that is done and dusted, we have a bit of fun with the mixed medley relays, 4 by 100 metres. These are events for 17 and over. So lots to look forward to this evening. Age groups 11 to 13, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old and 17-18. Some highlights maybe to look forward to. Very first event that gets underway is the 200 backstroke. Be interesting to see Lucas Brown up against Callum Peebles, and the 16-year-old Lucas Brown already winner in the backstroke at Snags, and in the older age group Robert Burgess, Andrew Bertoli. Andrew Bertoli coasted in second place, but he's been swimming out of his skin, Kerry, as you've probably seen.
He has been swimming really well. All events that he's done, he's been really strong.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
We've got some freestyle after that. Susie McNair ought to be a stick-on in the girls' 15-year-old. She's been really very consistent the first couple of days. I think she's got 4 goals already. 16-year-olds will be an interesting one. Jessica Heaps was the fastest qualifier, but literally anybody could come out and sneak that one. And you've got one of your own swimmers in the final heat, Mary Craig up against Natasha Simpson. So it'll be nice to see how Mary copes with that one. Wish her all the best. We've got our 50 freestyle that follows. We had one of the boys earlier on today, Archie MacArthur from Inverclyde, who's in lane 3 in the 13-year-olds. He actually won, or rather he was second in the 1500. So as I said in the earlier commentary, you do not have to restrict yourself to 50s and 100s, everyone. Mix it up. You can do distance, you can do 200 butterfly, 400 IM. Give it a try.
It's definitely good to mix it up.
Yeah.
I think if you can do 50s to 1500s at age groups, then it's definitely the best way.
Yeah, good fun. Don't concentrate on that, especially at 13. You know, you can do the whole thing. Maybe once you get to 15, 16, you get a little bit more specialised, or you say, oh, I'm hopeless at backstroke, I'm going to stop doing that, I'm much better at butterfly.
You can be a bit more picky, but you should still do a lot of events at that age, I think.
Yeah. Some butterfly that follows later on. I'm looking forward to Zara Kravitz and Davy Mackey. Should be an interesting one. Coco Croxford, Kiana Kurtza in the younger age group. Catherine Bailey, Holly McGill could be an interesting one in the older age group. We're on to our very first event, Kerry. It's the boys 200 backstroke. In lane 0, we have Adam Merrick from the North Lanarkshire swim team. In 1, Daniel Henry, City of Glasgow. 2, Dexter Suter from Lerwick. 3, Aaron Drake, Warner Baths. 4, Conor Aspinall from East Lothian. 5, James Kilpatrick from Amregi. 6, Ethan Collins, North Lanarkshire. 7, Fraser Gemmell from First. 8, Archie Lorimer from Clitheroe. And 9, Kyle Connolly from City Glasgow. Now, this could be an interesting one because Fraser Gemmell in lane 7, the 1500 earlier on this afternoon, and Conor Aspinall managed to get a bronze, but I think he found it very hard going, so hopefully he's recovered. He's fastest qualifier, but I might give James Kilpatrick, I think won the 50 butterfly the other night, maybe half a chance. We'll see how this one goes. So the fastest qualifier, as I say, by a good 4 seconds was the Slovenian swimmer Conor Aspinall. Off to a nice start over in lane 1, Daniel Henry Kerry.
Some good underwater work from Daniel there. Came up nice and smooth into his stroke.
So at this early stage, all about getting into position, getting that stroke going steadily. And in lane 8, Archie Lorimer. In 6, Ethan Collins, and also in 4, Conor Aspinall. I think those 3 well positioned. 30, 46.
Fairly even across the lanes. 200 backstroke's always a hard one to tell my swimmers to work the middle 100. So interesting to see if we see any of the boys going for it here on the second 50.
You'll see the caption probably come up with the split times for every 50. So you get an idea just how fast they've travelled in the previous 50. And it's getting a little bit more interesting with the middle lanes. As I said, if he's still got plenty in the tank, Conor Aspinall should be the strong fancy. He still leads at the halfway mark, Kerry.
He's looking really smooth. Nice turn there. Not huge underwater work, but for 200 backstroke, sometimes it's better to go up and get swimming. Save your legs a little bit for the last 50.
And would you say that's something you don't see an awful lot, the youngsters getting much more than maybe 5-6 metres maximum off the wall?
I think it depends. If they're naturally good at it, then yes, go for it. But I like to think, how fast can you get a certain distance rather than how far can you get slowly?
Well, we've got a very, very interesting race now. James Kirkpatrick from Carnegie. They've put down a challenge to Conor Aspinall. And as you can see from that 38.67, he's taken a whole second out of it. A better turn from Conor Aspinall. The race is certainly on. And a Carnegie boy, can he do this and pull this out the fire? Conor Aspinall will really give him everything down the final stretch. Well, James Kirkpatrick might just surprise everyone here. But Conor Aspinall not done and dusted. It's Conor Aspinall fighting back. James Kirkpatrick, can he respond? Conor Aspinall, James Kirkpatrick, Conor Aspinall, James Kirkpatrick. Oh, what a race to get us underway. James Kirkpatrick, Conor Aspinall, what a race, lads. Aaron Drake in 3rd place. Well, it was well, we've got a wee smile. And the black and white army on the march again from Carnegie. James Kirkpatrick, 2:30.48. All you people over in Dunfermline, I'm sure you're waving your black and white flags and everything on that one. Conor Aspinall, another black cap from East Lothian, 2:30.52. What a start.
That's very good. I think he'll be pleased with that. 3 seconds quicker than he went in the heats.
I think just maybe that 1500 was 1500 metres too far for Conor, but great race to get us underway.
That's a very, very good 200 backstroke race there.
As you say, James improved on his entry time by about 3 seconds, 4 seconds to come into that, and improved it further. And that's what you get with the youngsters in these events. The adrenaline just gets going.
I think particularly the boys can really get excited and race fast. It's great to see.
So we move on to our second heat. Fortunately, Aaron Merrick was disqualified in that last heat. So Oscar Chirnside in lane 0 from Geary. 1, Max Turnbull from Midlothian. 2, James Geddes, Aberdeen Dolphins. 3, Finlay Geddes from Lerwick. 4, Dean Fern, Aberdeen Dolphins. In lane 5, Jensen Norris from Perth City. In lane 6, Ewan Weir, Dundee City Aquatic. 7, Adam Prusik from Aberdeen Dolphins. In 8, Ishmael Shalaby, Warnder Baths. And in 9, Fraser Cowie from North Ayrshire. A good representation in this one up from Aberdeen Dolphins, 3 swimmers. And Dean Fern, 2:19.66, should be untouchable in this one. Kerry, you'd fancy?
Well, based on the heats then, but it'd be interesting to see if any of the others were taking it easy, saving something for the final.
You would hope so, but Dean Fern's been swimming really, really well. Very comfortable in the heats as well. And you can see the start he's got. Cracking start. You are allowed to get to, see that red marker there, that's the 15-metre marker. The swimmers can surface just before that, that's legal. Go beyond that, this is disqualification. It's unlikely you'll get that with the younger swimmers. Dean Fern off to a nice start. Ewan Weir, Jensen Norris in 6 and 5, and also in 3, Finlay Geddes from Lerwick.
He's got a lovely still head position. Very good turn again. They're maximising his underwater. I think if you've got good underwaters, then definitely use them to your advantage.
And different stroke techniques as well, Kerry. You've got a slower one from Dean, maybe catching the water differently, and Jensen Norris a bit faster.
Yes, and I think it's all about finding what works for you, and playing about with it in training, playing about with it in racing, and sometimes one stroke doesn't fit all. Just because a high stroke rate is good for one swimmer doesn't mean it's good for the others. So it's good to see lots of mixing in this event from all the swimmers.
So halfway mark, 107.38, as you can see 35.77 for that split, so another couple of 36s will bring him in very much on that 2:19.66. He comes in here on a 2:17.40, North District champion and short course champion. You can see just how good Dean is.
Ewan Weir's having a good strong second 100 here, coming back on this third 50.
It's not quite going to seeding. You'd normally expect Jensen Norris, who's in 5, to be in second place. However, Ewan Weir from Dundee City Aquatics, can he hold on for second place? 37.04 for Ewan. Finlay Geddes 37.96, Jensen Norris 39.34. Well, Ewan Weir might just have enough in the tank to hang on.
Jensen Norris is coming back again in this last 50.
A lot to make up. But, this is Dean Fern by some margin. All about what time he posts. Second place looks to be fairly safe. Jensen Norris, third place up for grabs here perhaps. Dean Fern takes the gold. Jensen Norris in second. And Finlay Geddes from Lerwick in third place. A very controlled race that, Kerry.
It was. He paced that well and looked really strong and really smooth all the way through. Good drops from some of the other swimmers as well, which is good to see. They'll be happy with those swims, I would think.
So that's the 14-year-old final under the belt. We move on to our 15-year-olds. That result now confirmed on your screen. 2:18.87, 2:24.63 for Ewan. Finlay Geddes 2:26.70. So making their way outside are our 15-year-old finals. And I wonder if we'll get a winner from Montefief in this one. Jack Docherty-Simpson is in lane 0 in that green cap over on the far side from Scotia. In lane 1, representing Aberdeen Performance, is Logan Jackson. We have Jack and Logan. In lane 3, representing Highland Swim Team, Tom Armitage. In 3, representing Red 96, Adam Scott. In 4, representing Montefief, Liam Gorzinski. In 5, representing Seagulls, Edward Bell. In 6, representing Aberdeen Performance, Lucas Johnson. In 7, representing Warner Bass, Mano Drysdale. In 8, representing West Lothian, Kyle Muirhead. And in 9, representing Warner Bass, Robbie Boyd. It's great to see so many swimmers from vast range of clubs competing in finals. Lots of swimmers from the north, Lerwick, Shetland, far south of Stranraer, and it's lovely to see wee clubs like Montefief get into final. Liam Gorzinski was the fastest, 2:20.78. Edward Bell, 2:21.41. Adam Scott, round 96, off to a very strong start. The 2:22.83 qualifier for this one.
It'll be good to see if any of these boys can dip under the 2:20. There was a couple that were close in the heats, so see if they've got a little bit left in the tank to go faster in the finals tonight.
So at the first 50, Adam Scott, Edward Bell, 31.43 and 46 respectively. A nice turn from Adam.
Yes, he's capitalised on that good start and he's working well down this second 50. Some of the swimmers are starting to come through, just smooth, stroking, picking their rates up a little bit.
And still
it's going to be quite close at the 100
very, very
turn,
close. Edward Bell making a little bit of a move here, as is Liam. And you see the splits 34-94, 35-31 and 35-61. Well, Adam took a little bit out of it. Another good turn, and that could be the key to winning and losing. At the moment, it's Adam Scott with Edward Bell. Third place is Liam Gorzinski with Kel Muirhead in 8, not that far behind. Well, Liam Gorzinski's got to find something special to put on a challenge to both Adam Scott and Edward Bell. And you fancy Adam Scott to get another good turn here, Kerry?
I think if he gets another good turn, he's going to just get a bit more of a lead again. But no, he has. He's done really well there. Very, very good underwaters.
Virtually surfacing about 10 metres, so he's got less to work with. Here comes Edward Bell.
I think Edward is swimming faster.
And coming down the final stretch, Edward Bell is certainly a threat to Adam Scott. There's not much in it. Adam Scott, Edward Bell. Liam Gorzinski might have to just settle for bronze. There's another tight finish ahead of us. Adam Scott, but Edward Bell has timed this to perfection, Kerry. Edward Bell finishes in first position, takes the gold. Adam Scott second. Liam Gorzinski in third place. Well, they all swam much faster than the morning heats, and that's what you usually get.
He did. Edward looks very happy with that swim, as he should be. It was a very well-paced 200 backstroke.
Very well controlled. I don't think he panicked throughout, just swam his own race, very well controlled.
I think it looked like he had a race plan and looked like he stuck to it, which I think is a good skill to develop when you're an age group swimmer. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it certainly paid off there very well for Edward.
So that was the medalist for our 50-year-old age group. So we've completed 3. What happens throughout the evening session when we have our finals, we swim 3, present 2, swim 2, present 3. That's the way it will be.
It's working well, I think,
has
doing the presentations like that. It means you don't have any missing swimmers because they don't disappear off too quickly to their swim down. But also it just keeps the meet moving, and it keeps it quite exciting as well.
Indeed. So we'll move to the forum end, and we do our presentations.
It's great for these swimmers to get their time on the podium as well. I think it's really important at age groups to have your moment on the podium and celebrate your medal. It's a big thing for these swimmers.
Moments to be treasured.
For sure, and especially as we've not had snags for a couple of years now, so it's even more special, I think. And some of these boys won't have swam at snags before.
So our bronze medalists in the 13-year-old age group category, representing Wanderbass, Aaron Drake. And looks like it's Andy Figgins, the head coach at East Kilbride and board member, doing the presentations. Nice to see Andy here. Our bronze medalist from Lerwick, Finlay Geddes, in that 14-year-old age group. Silver medalist from the East Lothian swim team, Connor Aspinall. Well done, Connor. And in the 14-year-old age group, Dundee City Aquatics, Ewan Weir. Well done, Ewan. Oh, it's the light pale blue, it's not the black and white, but the 13-year-old national age group champion from Carnegie, James Kilpatrick. And in the 14-year-old age group category, our national age group champion from Aberdeen Dolphins, Dean Fern. Great to see us back presenting, and that's the best bit of all, the photo shoot.
Yes, and it's good to see so many of the clubs putting on their Instagram pages and their social media, celebrating their summer successes, and just everyone really enjoying being back at this level of competition with everyone all together at the one pool.
Yeah, you see Lerwick coach making sure that Finlay didn't disappear too quickly. That's what it's all about. So we've done the first lot of presentations. Getting ready to come on poolside are our 16-year-olds. And this could be an interesting one. Lucas Brown should be the hot favourite swimmer from Elgin, with Cameron Peebles, another one from East Lothian. Strong contingent of East Lothian swimmers They're currently third in the team champs. So we have in lane 0 representing Geary. There we are, it. Lovely top, Kyle Mitchell. In 1 representing Midlothian is Jonah Turnbull. In lane 2 representing Midlothian, Finlay Davis. In 3 representing Aberdeen Performance, Calvin MacDonald. In 4 representing Elgin, Lucas Brown. In 5 representing East Lothian is Callum Peebles. In 6 representing South Lanarkshire, Ethan Stewart. In 7 representing South Lanarkshire, Jack Simpson. 8 Sean Side Griffiths from Ornder Bass. And in 9 from the Highland Swim Team, Lewis Austin. Now, do you think Lucas Brown should be the obvious winner in this one?
He's certainly the fastest qualifier, but I always like to say it's an open field and
you have a lane.
You have a lane, you have a chance.
That's the 16-year-old boys 200 metres backstroke final. Some of them surface quickly, some leave it almost to the last minute. A good start in lane 4 from Lucas Callum Peebles in 5. He's already got almost a body length advantage, Kerry.
He has. He's looks like he means business here. He's got a nice high body position, stroking really smoothly down this first 50.
North District long course and short course champion, Callum Peebles, the winner of the Festival of Swimming, and Lucas Brown already almost a second ahead.
Quite different techniques these two boys have got. Both looking very strong, similar stroke rates.
And coming down towards halfway marks, not much in it. We've got an idea of how they covered that last 50 when the split comes up in the caption. Still about a body length, Kerry.
It's looking good. That's quick. 102 is fast for the 100.
Callum Peebles just took a little bit out of that lead. 102.93, 103.59.
Starting to pick the rate up a little bit now as he got this third 50. But I think it's going to be a good race for third place as well. Some of these other boys working hard.
Yeah, Calvin MacDonald in 3 and Finlay Davis in 2. That might be where the action is for third place. Lucas just getting to work here, Kerry.
He is. He's looking good. He's not brought his legs in hugely yet. It'll be interesting to see if he changes that on the last 50. Again, some nice, good underwater work past the flags from both those boys.
Gained a good half second on that 50 to the far end of the pool. Coming down the final stretch. This looks pretty well cut and dried, unless Callum Peebles can find something special. Lucas Brown still looks strong, Kerry.
I think it looks like this is Lucas's race. Good race for third place though.
Calvin MacDonald, I think, just going to hang on for third, in fact pulling away for third. Lucas Brown knows he's got this one under control, and a fantastic time for both those boys. 2:12.42, 2:13.29 for Calvin MacDonald, 2:14.8. Oh, that was a very controlled swim from both those boys, Kerry.
They did a really good job there, and a lot quicker than their heat swims as well, which they'll be, I've no doubt, pleased with. In fact, I think most of the boys there were significantly faster than they swam this morning.
And that's a nice thing to see, both boys shaking hands. That's, you might be the worst enemies in the pool, but once you finish, you're your best of friends again.
There's lots of camaraderie, and I'm sure these boys won't race against each other that much, given them from 2 different districts, so it's nice that they can share that moment.
So our 17, 18-year-olds poolside, and we've got an interesting one ahead of us. In lane 0 we have from Dundee City Aquatics, Travis Davey. In 1 from North Lanarkshire, Cameron Doran. In 2 from City of Glasgow is Angus Johnson. 3, Brent 96 is Ewan Houston. In 4 from City of Glasgow, Robert Burgess. In 5 from City of Glasgow, Andrew Bertoli. In 6 from Stirling Swim, Nathan Campbell. In 7 from South Aberdeenshire, William Storer. In 8, Jacob Wood from Elgin, and in 9 from East Lothian, Owen Williamson. Well, Nathan might have a wee chance of a medal here, you fancy, Kerry, if he puts it all together correctly?
He could well do. It's not a common event from the tuna backstroke, but he was really pleased with this morning heat, and he's a good racer, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do here.
Andrew Bertoli looked as though he was coasting in the heats 2:12.88. Robert Burgess 2:10.46 should give him a fair race. 2:10.91 time from the West District pre-snags, but Andrew Bertoli 2:04.50. We'll see how strongly both boys go out. Nice start in from Robert.
Yes, I think looking like they're going to be trying to swim quite a bit quicker than they did this morning. Trying to get close down to those PB paces.
Ewan Houston in 3 after a pretty good start as well. He's another one that fancies his chances of trying to get in the middle position. But Robert Burgess has gone off strongly and probably has to go out and hope that Andrew Bertoli won't come back at him in lane 5.
It's interesting when we get to this stage in this age of swimming tuna backstrokes, because some of the boys will go out very fast because they're stronger at the 50 and the 100, and the other boys who are stronger at the 100 and 200 who will be more smooth out, not so much smooth but more steady out, and then try and come back really strongly. So we could find ourselves in for a great race down this third and fourth 50s. Although Robert's looking at super strong here.
This is where Andrew Bertoli may well just start getting up the pace. Just over a second advantage, but Robert Burgess is still going well, Kerry.
He is, he's looking very good, very comfortable. Again, it's nice, a good high body position. It's good to see his chest out of the water. The water's not going over that, it's not swimming too much underwater, which I think is very important in backstroke if you can get yourself up.
Keeping the legs going as well. And Robert Burgess with still about a body length advantage, but you kind of fancy Andrew Bertoli's ready to pounce.
It could be, although Robert's looking strong. Andrew is trying to come back at him here.
Ewan Houston at the moment looks comfortable in third, but the race is certainly on with 25 to go. Robert Burgess with Andrew Bertoli almost on his shoulder. Robert Burgess still with a fair amount to do to control this one. Here comes Andrew Bertoli with a late surge. Robert Burgess is going to pull this one out of the bag. Robert Burgess, has he got this? He has indeed. Andrew Bertoli second and Ewan Houston in third place. Oh, what a race.
That was a really good race in the end, wasn't it? Both boys working really hard down that fourth 50. And a great race as well for third place. All of those boys again doing good drops. Hopefully PBs for them all.
Well, 2:08.11 for Robert. He's taken 2.8 seconds off that time he did at the pre-snags meet here just a month or so back, Kerry. So that's a very impressive swim from Robert. And Robert, Ewan Houston will be pleased to get third place. Unfortunately, your own boy from Stirling just out of it, but he'll be pleased with this swim, I'm sure.
He should be. It's a very good
time, and
so
sometimes it's not always about winning. It's just the progression in that journey you're taking.
You can only swim as well as you can, and if that gets you a gold medal, then brilliant. If it gets you 10th place, then it should be equally as celebrated.
It's an achievement. Yeah, that's what you've got to take out of the swim. So that concludes the first event, Kerry, our backstroke. Again, presentations very shortly before we move on to the girls. And nice to see some of the boys. You don't have that in our shot, but some of the older boys out the pool giving one another good handshakes. So our presentations for our 15 and 16-year-old boys, and eventually our 17-18s will make their way over poolside. So again, doing the presentations is Andy Figgins. So our bronze medalist in the 15-year-old age category from Montefiore, Liam Gorzinski. And our bronze medalist in our 16-year-old age group from Aberdeen Performance, Calvin MacDonald. Hard to know if they're pleased or disappointed they didn't get a silver or gold.
I don't think it's cool to smile. They have to be serious. They'll be happy.
Silver medalist Adam Scott, round 96 in the 15-year-old category. Callum Peebles, the Slovenian swim team. Nice smile from Callum in second place, and our 15-year-old national age group champion in the 200 backstroke from Seagulls, Edward Bell. And that's a lovely swim from Edward. Maybe he still doesn't believe he's won.
It doesn't look like he can, actually. He's a bit shell-shocked.
And the national age group champion in the 16-year-old age group category from Elgin, Lucas Brown. Our bronze medalist in the 17-18-year-old category, 2:13.15, Ewan Houston, round 96. Silver medalist from City of Glasgow is Andrew Bertoli. And our gold medalist and national age group champion in the 17-18-year-old category, also City of Glasgow, Robert Burgess. And now arms around everyone, and the photos shoot again.
All those boys look pretty happy with their 200 backstrokes there.
So that's the first one under the belt for this evening. On to 400 free now. We only have 3 heats, the 11, 13 and 14-year-olds this afternoon. They're all heat declared, so it's the older ones who get a second bite of the cherry.
Quite a big ask, I think, for those younger ones to do 2 400s
It is
back
indeed.
to back.
So in lane 0 we have Maria Howe from Aberdeen Performance. 1, Talia Blackley, City of Glasgow. 2, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow. 3, Tegan Black, East Lothian Swim Team. 4, Susie McNair from First. 5, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. 6, Orla McInnes, Heart of Midlothian. 7, Kirsty Neal, Bishop Stopford. 8, Mia McLeod, Swim It. And at 9, Ellie Craig Collins, Warner Bass. I'm really delighted we've got a full house. There's been times at Snags where we've not even in the 15-year-old, maybe even the 60-year-old age group category had enough to fill in a full quota in the final. Some of us obviously just have to swim in the heats and they're automatically in the final, but great, we've got full house in this one. Susie McMahon, already winner in 100 backstroke or 200 back and 200 free, 1500 as well. Won a few medals already over the first 2 days. Will be a strong fancy. She has a butterfly, but I've told her, don't worry about the butterfly, Susie. You've got the freestyle to contend with first of all. The butterfly will take care of itself. She always starts out slowly. Don't be surprised if she's lying about 5th or 6th. I think it's a McNair trait. Her wee sister finished 3rd in the heat, having started as low as 7th. It was only 7 swimmers, to be fair.
In the 400 is always interesting to see how the swimmers approach it tactically. Whether they decide to go out hard, try and hang on, whether they decide to start off a little bit slower and build in, or maybe even try and negative split it. It's an event that you can play about with a little bit and find out the best way for you to swim it.
I always think it's a funny one to do. If you like doing distance and you like doing 200, it's a sort of in-between job. How do you go out and just get it spot on?
It is a very in-between event. It's quite a hard event to get right all the time, and it takes a lot of practice. But the more 400s you do, the better you get at it. So it's great to see all these girls taken out strong and racing against each other to see where they end up in this race.
Well, Tegan Black taking it out quite strongly. Susie McNair in second. Of course, although they're 15 carry, they've not had much practice at doing this in competition events at this sort of level, so it's still very much a learning curve for these girls.
Oh, it definitely is, and some of them might not actually have raced them long course this event before this morning, if they've not had much of an opportunity. A lot of them might have been entered in short course conversion time, so it's a different event racing at long course.
It's interesting, you've got 3 different districts here. You've got over in lane 3, the East District, in 4, the West District, and in 5, the Midlands District. So you get a chance to swim against swimmers you would never normally come up against, and you sometimes don't know how to take it tactically as well.
Yeah, I think that's the great thing about snags is that you do it. You can race different people, different clubs, and it's not just in that comfort zone of we do this all the time. So you're right. You don't know what they're going to do. You can't work out how they're going to race.
So Susie McNair and Tegan Black almost together. Catherine Renfrew from Perth City, about a second further back, and you kind of wonder if she's just been getting dropped in the two girls in the middle lanes. This is where Susie McNair, her strength is the second half of the race.
She's just pulling ahead a little bit now, isn't she, on this third 100? But the other girls in lanes 3, 4 are working hard as well. Everyone's coming through. I don't think it's necessarily a done deal for the silver medal. Susie looks like she's quite comfortably ahead.
Orla McInnes from Heart of Midlothian with that white and the heart on the cap, tracking Catherine Renfrew, so that might be a very interesting last 100 between those two.
Tegan Black's looking strong too, still over in.
Yeah, she looks comfortable. Maybe
she
might have to settle and accept. Might be struggling to catch Susie, but I'm swimming my own race. I'm comfortable in second. At the moment, Susie McNair with a good second and third advantage. Maybe just extending that a wee bit. Race is certainly on for the minor places with Tegan.
Certainly is. It's going to be a good race for the silver and bronze medal here, I think, coming down this. As these girls turn at the 350 mark, a race will be on, I think.
Well, quarter of a second in the earlier heats. Catherine Renfrew was slightly faster than Tegan Black. But Orla McInnes wasn't all that far behind either. Those four were the fastest qualifiers, and we have a race on for the minor places. Tegan Black, Catherine Renfrew, Orla McInnes. But let's not discount the quality ahead of them. Susie McNair from first, well clear. Catherine Renfrew, Orla McInnes, Tegan Black. It's very interesting now. Catherine Renfrew and Orla McInnes, but Susie McNair is going to take this. Susie McNair will get this. Catherine Renfrew and Orla McInnes. Susie McNair, who's going to get second is Catherine, just ahead of Orla. What a crack 300s. Well, I did say to you earlier on, I'll call it as I see it, and that's how it was. Susie McNair for 38.12. Well, she nearly negative split that one.
She was very close to.
I think it was 2:19.04 and came back 2:19.21. I'm sure the people up at first will keep me right if I'm wrong, but when I'm ever wrong. Never wrong. A cracking swim there, great finish for the minor places. Tegan Black just dropping out the death in fourth place. So making our way poolside is our 16-year-old finalists. In lane 0 from Ithen, Ella Chalmers. In 1 from first, Nexine McCappin. In 2 from City of Glasgow, Alia Cochrane. In 3 from City of Glasgow, Stella McCarthy. In 4 from Falthouse Penguins, Jessica Heaps. In 5 from the Highland Swim Team, Eleanor Ross. In 6 from City of Glasgow, Victoria Niven. In 7 from Guy's Den, Sarah Stewart. In 8 from Warner Bass, Alex Coy. And in 9 from Ithen, Erin Curry. Well, this could go any way. Kind of think that Stella McCarthy on form should be the strong fancy. She comes into this on the fastest time of 4:38, which she did at the West District Short Course, pre-snags meet. But Jessica Heaps, East District champion. Can she find a wee bit extra and maybe surprise everyone? And the red cap of Falthouse Penguins. Well, the next 4 minutes 40 or so will settle this one, and you get 110% from Jessica. She'll go out and give it everything. Eleanor Ross from the Highland Swim Team, nice to see them in the middle lane as well. They've had some good swims already over the weekend. She's the North District champion.
Both those girls taking this race out fast. Stella's tracking them.
Victoria Niven might come or try and come through late in lane 6. But we were a fairly serious contest ahead after the first 100. As I say, Jessica Heaps won't mess about. She'll give it everything, and if that means that she fades at the end, well, so be it. And Eleanor Ross also well there. Stella McCarty, well, just over a half second between the three. And Victoria Niven dropped about 3 seconds further back. I know it's just the first 100. They've gone out very strongly already.
They certainly have, and I think it's all about getting to that first 100 fast but easy. It's not taking too much out of you. So they're not using the legs massively. We've not got huge white water behind them. So I'm assuming they'll be saving their legs for the back end of the race. They're certainly working still hard. We're going to take this to the 150. Jessica's still ahead, just ahead of Stella.
As you see, 35, 55, 68 and 85 with Victoria Niven, 36.21. It looked as though she was maybe making a wee bit ground, but got back just a little bit further. Well, there's two swimmers gone about a body length. From Eleanor's point of view, what's she got to do here? Not panic?
Not panic. She's obviously likes taking her races out fast. She's still looking strong. Just try and keep in touch with those girls.
And we're getting towards the business end of the race. This is where Jessica Heaps will find the challenge that is in front of her now. It's a pretty serious one. Stella McCarty on paper really should win this one. That's not how it always works out. Eleanor Ross, although she's still a little bit behind, she's still well there.
She is, she's keeping in touch, she's doing a great job.
Well, 250, still not much in it, but a third of a second.
Eleanor Ross actually had the fastest split there out of those three. She worked hard.
It's maybe the key section, the next 50 or so metres. Get yourself in a position to either take the race by the scruff of the neck or give yourself half a chance.
Stella's just sneaked ahead now. She's looking like she's put a little bit of a spurt on. See what this turn at the 300 takes them to. Who's going to come out ahead?
Well, she may well have the advantage of swimming in this pool regularly. This are the Glasgow swimmers. And maybe that 35-55, almost a second that she's taken out, may be significant, but has Jessica Heaps got something in reserve? Maybe not, Kerry.
I think Stella's looking really strong and really smooth here. Jessica's looking great. I'm not sure she's going to make it back to catch up on Stella again. She's holding her own.
Looks like Eleanor may well have to just settle for third unless she comes with a late charge and Jessica drops back, which could still happen, but Stella McCarty just looks that little bit stronger. Again, takes 4/10 and similar splits for Jessica and Eleanor. So you kind of think it's cut and dry now.
I think that's our 1, 2, 3 there.
Stella McCarty, Jessica Heaps and Eleanor Ross, as we've said, separated by much the same distance now. Times maybe the key thing for the swimmers. 4:37.07. Stella McCarty, Jessica Heaps 4:40.80. Eleanor Ross 4:43.43. Well done, Stella. Well controlled race for all the girls, in fact.
It was, and they'll all be happy with that. Again, dropping down significantly from their heat time this morning.
And 4:38.31, so she's gone a little bit faster than she did a month or so back at the pre-Stags meet. So that's always good to see. And that result now confirmed as our 17, 18-year-olds make their way onto the poolside. Another interesting one ahead of us. In lane 0, representing South Lanarkshire, is Rebecca Auger. In 1, representing Warner Baths, Anna Green. In 2, representing Portobello, Grace Campbell. In lane 3, representing City of Glasgow, Jodie Horn. In lane 4, representing Warner Baths, Natasha Simpson. In lane 5, representing Stirling Swim, is Mary Craig. In lane 6, Warner Baths, Olivia Mason. In 7, representing Perth City, Catherine Bailey. In 8, representing Stirling Swim, Cara Gordon. And in lane 9, representing City Glasgow, Anna Williamson. This is the 17, 18-year-old girls 400 metres freestyle. I've got a wee bit interesting, another one of your swimmers, Cara Gordon, who last year I did mention she got into open water and did remarkably well and thoroughly enjoyed it.
She really enjoys it open water. Longer the better for Cara.
So a lot of quality in this one. Natasha Simpson and Olivia Mason from Wander. Between them, Mary Craig, who 400 metres again is almost a sprint. But,
it is a little bit, but she really enjoys this event, so she's had a great meet so far.
Don't discount. Another one who will treat this as a sprint is Catherine Bailey from Perth City. And Natasha Simpson off to a strong start. 4:30.46, virtually 5 seconds faster than Mary Craig from the heats from this morning. Natasha Simpson, second at the British Championships in the juniors, 4:24.84. So she should, on paper, take this one. At Catherine Bailey, I know how good she is. 6 at the British Championships at the podium performance, and also 4:24.26, a little bit faster. So this could go anyway. Catherine Bailey, Natasha Simpson, Anna Green.
Catherine took the 1500 out very fast as well, and I think looks like she's certainly adopting the same tactics, just to go out fast and stick with that pace. It obviously works for her, and she's looking really, really strong here.
And, your fastest swimmer in this one, Mary Craig, in 4th place, so she won't worry too much at this point. She just keep the pace nice and steady, get into a nice rhythm.
Yes, Mary's strong in the second half. That's where she loves to be, there or thereabouts, and then just bring it home as strong as she can. Mum might be getting a little bit excited poolside if she gets into a medal position, but she might well be, but
yeah.
And rightly so.
Quite right, yeah. Well, she's gone into 3rd place, but Catherine Bailey certainly has put down a marker to Natasha Simpson. Those two red caps, Perth City and Warner Baths.
Both girls have gone out fast and are looking smooth, strong. 208, 209. It's a good split for the 200.
Maria about 3 seconds or so further back in 3rd place on Natasha Simpson, but she's also a good 2 seconds clear of Anna Green over in lane 1. It's also nice to see Grace Campbell in lane 2 qualifying, getting to this final from an outside lane in the earlier heats. She's on a cracking race, 4:38.67 to qualify. Sometimes that's all that matters, getting into a final and qualify and do what you can second time round. Catherine Bailey, second between her and Natasha Simpson, with Mary Craig a little bit off that pace now, but well clear in 3rd. So you kind of think that Catherine Bailey could just keep this going.
You imagine with her strength for her distance events that she'll be able to. But Natasha's also a very good distance swimmer, so I wouldn't discount her overly up this last 100.
So Catherine Bailey's got a little bit faster again, opened that gap up to about 1.3. I think we could safely say that Mary Craig will be the bronze medalist.
I think it's looking that way. She's having a good strong swim. All these girls kind of having to swim their own races.
certainly on paper, you'd have thought that Olivia Mason might have come through and put in a challenge. Another one that relishes long distance, Olivia. But like a lot of these girls, they mix it up on the 200s, the 100s as well.
They do, and some of them have done a lot of events so far. This snags, stay free, and they're doing a lot of races, a lot of team races, which is good. It's great to see so many swimmers doing multiple events.
Well, Kathleen Bailey put down a marker after about 100 metres and just kept that strong pace going out.
It's going to be close. Natasha's coming back.
Kathleen Bailey will finish 4:23.27. What a cracking time, 4:23.98. I'm sure that's PBs all round for them. And Mary Craig, sub 4:30. Mary will be delighted with that, 4:29.35. She comes in a 4:28.20, but that's probably a short course conversion, I suspect, Kerry.
It will be. She'll be delighted with that.
That may well be a personal best long course for Mary. You'll be able to check that and confirm that for us later, I'm sure.
I will be able to. She'll know better than me.
So that's now confirmed. Great race for both those girls to get under 4:24. Difficult at this age to take much of your time.
It can be,
Anything's a bonus.
if you've swum the event quite recently, and you know, we hundredths, tenths, they all count, and you're delighted with whatever you can get if it's a PB.
So presentations again for the 400 free coming up. We'll do the 15 and 6-year-olds and then give the 70-year-olds half a chance to get ready. I think Ewan Lowe, Chief Executive Officer of Scottish Swimming, is doing our presentations. So our bronze medalist in the 15-year-old age group category, representing Hampton Midlothian, is Orla McInnes. I think Orla's quite pleased with herself. And our bronze medalist in the 16-year-old category from the Highland swim team, well done to Eleanor Ross. It's a good swim from Eleanor. Silver medalist in the 15-year-old age group category, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. And silver medalist in the 16-year-old age group category from Falthouse Penguins, Jessica Heaps. And in the 15-year-old age group category, Scottish National Age Group champion, gold medalist representing first, Susie McNair. And in the 16-year-old age group category, representing the city of Glasgow, National Age Group champion, Stella McCartney. Yeah, I always get the feeling that Susie McNair feels very embarrassed being on that podium.
Oh, I don't know. I think she really enjoys it. She should enjoy it.
So on to our 70-year-olds, our bronze medalist from Stirling Swim is Mary Craig. I think Mary's delighted at getting that bronze. Well done, Mary. Silver medalist representing Wonderbass, Tasha Simpson. I've had time to catch breath.
They're still out of breath. It's not long since they've raced.
And our gold medalist and national age group champion in that 17-18-year-old age group from Perth City, Kathleen Bailey. And she came out of race 7, so it doesn't always work in some of these events. You know, the girls know what they've got to do, sometimes older girls, just to get into a final, and as long as they're there or thereabouts, as long as they put it together, they've got every chance of winning.
That's right, you can win a race from any of the lanes, and if you're comfortably in from the heats, then sometimes you just need to get that job done in the morning, get in the heats, and then swim your own race at night time.
So that concludes the 400 free. We go from one extreme to the other. It's 50 freestyle. It's the 11-13-year-old age group coming out. Lane 0 from South Ayrshire, Hamish Maxwell. In 1 from East Lothian, Lewis Lothian. In 2 from Wonderbass, Dylan Mitchell. In 3 from Inverclyde, Archie MacArthur. In 4 from the Highland Swim team, Callum Stewart. In 5 from Stirling Swim, Loughlin Small. In 6 from Orkney, Alfie Price. In 7 from East Lothian, Conor Aspinall. In 8 from Carnegie, James Kilpatrick. And in 9 from Stirling Swim, Fraser van der Meulen. This is the 11-13-year-old boys 50 freestyle final. Well, Conor Aspinall, James Kilpatrick at 7 and 8 are back in together beside one another, but it's a big ask for them to maybe get a medal in this one. Callum Stewart and one of your own swimmers from Stirling, Loughlin Small, much faster than the heats.
You never know in a 50, do you?
And, key to get a fast start. Certainly a fast start from Callum Stewart, the Highland Swim team, and also in lane 6, Alfie Price.
Very good start from both those boys.
And between them, Loughlin Small's got a lot to do. Callum Stewart looks as though he might just have this one from Alfie Price. Callum Stewart, Alfie Price, and third place, Callum Stewart, Alfie Price, and in lane 2, Dylan Mitchell. 28.35, that's referee's eye getting in that one.
I think you needed it definitely on that finish.
Cracking race, Callum Stewart was just a fraction slower than he did earlier on, but he won't care about that.
No, it's for them, it's just all about winning those medals, winning the race, swimming as fast as you can in that 50 final.
So that result now confirmed. Callum Stewart, the Highland Swim team, takes that. Alfie Price from Orkney in second place, and Dylan Mitchell from Wonderbass in third. So welcome our 14-year-old finalists in lane 0, representing Mulgan Bearsden, Callum MacArthur. In 1, representing Aberdeen Performance, Cameron Hastings. In 2, representing Perth City, Jensen Norris. In 3, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Conor Christophorus. In 4, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, is Dean Fern. In 5, representing Dundee City Aquatics, Corey Phillip. In lane 6, representing Stocksbridge, Paddy Neal. In 7, representing North Ayrshire, Lewis Gibson. In 8, representing Wonderbass is Harry Sharp. And in 9, representing East Lothian Swim team, Ross Anderton. This is the 14-year-old boys 50 metres freestyle final. Well, almost a second faster, Dean Fern. So you really think that he should win this pretty comfortably. He was pretty comfortable in the heats. So if that's the case, it's second and third up for grabs. And watch the start in lane 4, Kerry.
Yeah, he's already ahead just after that underwater. Corey Phillips going well too.
Now Corey Phillips is actually motoring, is giving Dean Fern a bit of a race. But Dean Fern hardly seems to be breaking sweat. Dean Fern, Corey Phillips, third place is lane 3, Conor Christophorus. So Dean Fern, really 25.13, 100 slower than he was, but he won't care. Well done, lads. Again, nice to see handshakes all round. His teammate Conor Christophorus takes the bronze, and Corey Phillip from Dundee City Aquatics, silver medal. Well done, lads.
It's good to do that. A lot of those boys swam in the 200 backstroke as well. It's great to see them doubling up on the events and racing in multiple finals.
That one very much going to forum. We welcome our 15-year-old finalists in that pink cap, making way on to podium 0, Dundee City Aquatics, Kane Buchanan. In 1 from Aberdeen Dolphins, Callum Gold. In 2 from Mulgan Bearsden, Ben King. In 3 from West Lothian, Callum Sinclair. In 4 from Perth City, Evan Davidson. In 5 from Stirling Swim, Logan van der Meulen. In 6 from Dumfries, Finlay Nelson. Got the war paint on there. In lane 7 from First, Cameron Gill. In lane 8 from Wonderbass, Conor Mitchell. And in lane 9 from City Glasgow, Marcus Blake.
I think this race could be anyone's. Looking at those times that they all did in the heats, there's certainly in the middle lane, just not a huge difference on those entry times.
And drums behind us from first. They'll be supporting Cavan and Gill in this one. So this is the boys' 15-year-old 50 metres freestyle final. Evan Davidson fastest into this one. Again, off key is a strong start in lane 6, Kerry from Finlay Nelson from Dumfries.
Certainly was a great start.
It needed to be, but Evan Davidson maybe just shades it, but Finlay Nelson from Dumfries, Evan Davidson in a little between the two. Evan Davidson, Finlay, and in 7 and 5 I mean Logan van der Molen. Evan Davidson just takes that by 800s from Finlay Nelson.
Under 25 seconds for those two boys in first and second as well. Great 50s.
And I think Kevin's absolutely delighted with that one. Sub 25 seconds it had to be, because he was under so much pressure from Finlay. And Logan van der Molen coming through to take third place.
He'll be delighted. He loves to race, he loves a medal, so he did a great job there. 50's such a margin. Great start, great finish. It's what you need to have.
In fact, joint third, Ben King, O'Guy and Bearstein. Lovely to get a joint third. Well,
unusual, but nice.
It is unusual. Not too many podium positions for M&B. Adam will be chuffed that he's got a swimmer on the podium, and he's probably looking, where's my camera? Where's my bits and bobs? Having a search. It'll be up there very, very shortly. Get that phone out, Adam. Yeah, well done, Ben. So it's presentation time again. So this presentation for the
looks like they're coming across to do the next 50.
In fact, we're doing, yeah, it looks like we're doing all the 50s. I was wondering whether we'd do all 50s, and we are indeed. In lane 0 in the 16-year-old category from South Lanarkshire, Lewis Moyer. In lane 1 from Aberdeen Performance, Kieran Lennox. In 2 from Putteridge, Jack McDonald. In 3 from Wonderbass, Ben Kelly. In 4 from East Lothian, Stefan Kravitz. In 5 from Elgin, Lucas Brown. In 6 from East Lothian, Callum Peebles. In 7 from Wonderbass, Siddhar Bullen. In 8 from City Glasgow, Jake Holmes. And in 9 from the Broch, Jake Gibson.
See if Stefan's trying to dip under 24 seconds here. That would be a great sim if he managed that. 24.09 in the heats this morning.
Well, he might have to, because I'm sure Lucas Brown will give him a good race. Of course, don't discount Ben Kelly from Wonderbass. You'd kind of think Stefan Kravitz should be a strong fancy in this one. Let's see how the start goes. And already Stefan Kravitz probably the slightly better start, but not much in it. Lucas Brown well there. And also going well, Kieran Lennox in lane 1 with Ben Kelly in 3. Stefan Kravitz with what to do in 4. Stefan Kravitz in 4. It's a tight one. Stefan Kravitz, Ben Kelly, Lucas Brown. That's the 1, 2, 3. 24.20. A wee bit slower than this morning. Ben Kelly had to pull something out to get a silver. 24.53. And Lucas Brown a fraction slower. 24.63 in bronze medal position.
It's a great race there. They were all much of a muchness after the start, and then Stefan just managed to use his strength to pull ahead in the last 10 metres. But Great racing from them all.
Indeed, Kieran Lennox just feeding at the death to finish in 8th position. And we move on to the last of the 50s, 16, 17-year-olds. In lane 0, Luke Porteous, East Lothian Swim Team. N1 from Onderbaths, Finn Bremner. N2 from Onderbaths, Adam Ritchie. N3 from South Aberdeenshire, William Storer. N4 from City of Glasgow is Rory McKinnon. N5 from Perth City, Murray Pritchard. N6 from Aberdeen Dolphins, Tom Robertson. N7 from Aberdeen Dolphins, Finlay Club. In lane 8 from South Ayrshire, Callum Dunn. And in lane 9 from Onderbaths, Brodie Gordon Gibson. That's the 17-18-year-old 50 metres freestyle final for the boys. Murray Pritchard, 24.08, was much faster than everybody else other than Rory McKinnon, 23.76. And Murray just in a low of 24 seconds, but Rory that a little bit faster. Other boys over half a second further back in 3rd and 4th. So on paper this should be the middle lanes, Kerry, but again it doesn't always work out that way. Start the key. And a good start from Rory in 4.
That was a great start from Rory. Good to see these boys, they're keeping their heads down, there's not much breathing going on, you don't want to take too many breaths in a 50. Rory's having a great swim here.
Rory McDonald, I think, has got this one. Murray Pritchard in lane 5 is second. Tight for 3rd, so Rory, Murray, and in lane 3, William Storer. Well, it went to the seedings as it should have done if they swam as they did this morning. 23.36. What a cracking time. 400s faster than he was this morning. Murray Pritchard in 2nd place, going under 24 in 23.94. William Storer going a lot faster, 24.39 in 3rd place. Another good race, Kerry.
Great race. I'm sure those boys will all be happy with those swims. Good to go quicker in the final, particularly for the more senior swimmers. And race well.
It was indeed. And Rory 23.68 coming into that, and 23.36. That's a big drop.
That is a big drop in a 50. I'm sure he'll be delighted with that.
Murray Pritchard 24.44, and he's also dropped down to 23.94, so that's a big drop as well. Maybe that's what they're lacking, just the race conditions at this kind of level, that they've not had much opportunity to do that.
Oh, for sure. The lack of racing opportunity for these age group swimmers is what they've been missing, and it's great that they can do it again.
So our medalist in the 13-year-old age group category, representing Onderbaths, is Dylan Mitchell. In the 14-year-old age group, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Conor Christopherson. And in the I think 15-year-old, no, we're not doing 50 years, we're doing 11, 13 as we should be. Silver medalist from Orkney is Alfie Price. Great to come all the way down from Orkney and go home with a silver medal. And silver medalist in the 40-year-old age group category from Dundee City Aquatics, Corey Phillip. Gold medalist in the 13-year-old age group category and a national age group champion from the Highland Swim Team, Callum Stewart. And national age group champion in the 14-year-old age group category, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Dean Fern.
All of these boys looking pretty happy to be on the podium.
And Aberdeen Dolphins doing extremely well this week so far at Snags Kerry.
They are, look to be having a good meet.
I was speaking to Laura Bow earlier on and just giving her plenty of compliments for just keeping that club going throughout COVID and everything, and the great work they're now doing across a wide range of strokes and distances. Doing
It's
really,
good to
really
see.
well.
It's good to see a lot of the clubs who've managed to stick with it and bring a lot of swimmers to this age group competition. So it's really good and great for the future of, I think, for the sport. That we still have so many age group swimmers swimming and racing.
And swim team in Orkney as well, represented on that podium, and great to see that, Kerry. So we move on to presentations for our older age group boys in the 15-year-old age group category. Our bronze medalist representing Stirling Swim is Logan van der Meulen.
That's not Logan.
That's not Logan. I don't know if we've got ourselves a little bit confused here, Kerry.
I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. That's they're presenting the joint. The joint third place
that's
now.
what it is. Yeah, Ben King and Logan van der Meulen are 15-year-olds. That's what's happened. They've done they've missed the 15-year-olds. That's what confused us.
There.
That was Lucas Brown from Elgin, and that would also been William Storer. Now, hopefully they've got this right. Ben Kelly, Finlay Nelson, and looks like it's Murray Pritchard. Kind of doing it 16, 15, 17, just to confuse me.
It's a strange order they've chosen to go with.
So in the 15-year-old age group category, hopefully we've got this one right, our national age group champion from Perth City, Evan Davidson.
Maybe they didn't have 2 bronze medals over with them
Perhaps,
to do them first.
yeah. Our national age group champion in the 16-year-old category from East Lothian swim team is Stefan Kravitz. Well done, Stefan. And in the 17, 18-year-old age group category, representing City of Glasgow, Rory McKinnon. Well done, Rory. Some cracking times there, Kerry, as we mentioned earlier on.
Some really fast swimming in that.
Great racing.
It's great to go from the mixing the events. We had the 400s, then we've got the short, sharp sprints in the 50s. Looking forward to these girls' 50s as well, see what some of them can do and drop down, and hopefully some more good races here.
Yeah, we've Lucy Oliver from Darlington, who's might be a strong fancy in the 50 freestyle. As the girls make their way onto the pool side, this is the 11, 13-year-old in lane 0, representing East Lothian is Eva Marco. In lane 1, representing East Lothian, Zara Kravis. In 2, representing Highland Swim Team, Emily McDougall. In 3, representing East Lothian Swim Team, Anna Lawson. In lane 4, representing Stranraer Stingrays, Ollie Irvin Watson. In 5, representing Darlington, Lucy Oliver. In 6, representing Inverclyde, Ailey Melrose. In 7, representing Aberdeen Performance, Jessica Kirkwood. In 8, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Madison Christophorus. And in 9, representing Heart of Midlothian, Lily Mundell. Well, 3 East Lothian swimmers in 0, 1 and 3. Fastest qualifier, 29.72, Molly Irvin Watson. Sorry, 29.30, Molly Irvin Watson. And Lucy Oliver, 29.72. Anna Lawson, 29.78. Ailey Melrose, 29.95. So this could be a fast one. I look forward to this one.
Good to get away without a false start there. There was a few earlier on in the 50s.
And in 5, Lucy Oliver. Cracking start from her. It's as though she's coming through. Jessica Kirkwood in 7. Molly Irvin Watson with a wee bit to do in 4. This looks
Lily
good for.
Lane 9's looking good as well.
Indeed, it's Lucy Oliver. And in lane 4 perhaps. Yeah, Lucy Oliver, Jessica Kirkwood, and it was Molly Irvin Watson in lane 4. Not off to the greatest start, just coming through strongly to take third. But well done, Lucy Oliver. 28.71. What a swim.
Great for her to drop under that 29, and lots of the girls there are dropping under 30 for probably for the first time.
Yeah, indeed, over a second faster than she was this afternoon. Well done, Lucy. I think she won the 400 this afternoon. So, Molly Irvin Watson third, and Jessica Kirkwood in second place. As we move on to our 14-year-olds, in lane 0, representing City of Glasgow, Ellie Kennedy. In 1, representing Dundee City Aquatics, Ella Gilmurray. In 2, representing Bucky, Madison Poole. In 3, representing Orkney, Eve Wood. In 4, representing Warner Bass, Kiana Kurtzer. In 5, representing Hampton Midlothian, Leila Weatherspoon. In 6, representing Stranraer Stingrays, Millie Colvin. In 7, representing Warner Bass, Phoebe Arbuckle. In 8, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Kirsty Breakin. And in lane 9, representing Tynemouth, Ruby Dan. Now 2 swimmers from Edinburgh in the key lanes, Kiana Kurtzer and Leila Weatherspoon. And can anyone upset them? Eve Wood and Millie Colvin. Orkney and Stranraer in 3 and 6.
These girls all really close together on their times from the heats this morning. This could be a great race that we're in for here.
Kiana Kurtzer about half a second faster than the rest, so you kind of think that if she can replicate that, she could be fine for the gold, but the rest could be vying for a medal anywhere. Good start in lane number 5 from the Hartskill, Leila Weatherspoon.
That was a great start from her. She came up really smooth and really fast underwater work, and she's having a great race here.
Well, there, Kirsty Breakin, Aberdeen Dolphins in the 8. Kiana Kurtzer with some work to do in 4. And coming down the final stretch, Leila Weatherspoon from Hearts has got this one. Leila Weatherspoon, Kiana Kurtzer, and in 8, Kirsty Breakin.
Great swim from Leila there. Just had that from the start. Very, very good underwater. Just maintained her stroke all the way through.
That start was key.
It certainly was in that race.
That basically won her that. If she hadn't had as good a start, Kiana Kurtzer, I think would have swallowed her up.
Quite possibly, but she.
1400s, both girls under 28. Great race, girls. And Kirsty Breakin from Aberdeen Dolphins, again another podium position for them. So we move on to the 15-year-old girls. In lane 0, representing Wonderbass, Ashley Drake. In 1, representing South Lanarkshire, Tiana Greenshields. In lane 2, representing Swim It, Mia McLeod. In 3, representing Mulgine Bearsden, Grace Noonan. In lane 4, representing South Ayrshire, Charlotte Hardy. In 5, representing East Lothian Swim Team, Helen Stoddart. In lane 6, representing South Ayrshire, Hayley Robertson. In lane 7, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Isabella Abernethy. In lane 8, representing first is Zoe Crawford. Comes the back up, going strong, and in 9, from City of Glasgow, Heidi Wren. This is the 15-year-old girls 50 metres freestyle. Well, in 4 and 6, Charlotte Hardy, Hayley Robertson. Hayley Robertson, Charlotte Hardy in the 50 breast. Hayley ahead of Charlotte. Charlotte Hardy has pole position in this one. Just half a second faster than Helen Stoddart, but we know Helen Stoddart goes out extremely fast. She'll relish this one. Again, starts key. And good start from Hayley Robertson in 6 there, Kirsty.
Great start from Hayley. Great start from Helen.
Helen Stoddart coming through. Charlotte in 4. Hayley Robertson at the moment just holding on. Helen Stoddart, Hayley Robertson and Charlotte Hardy. That's the finish order. Helen Stoddart 27-28.
Just all on that last stroke there.
Rather pleased with getting it spot on. Charlotte Hardy settling for third, and Helen Stoddart, East Lothian swim team, yet again pull it out. 27-28. Hayley Robertson 27-34, and Charlotte Hardy 27-57.
It's a big drop for Hayley. She's 28.02 in the heat, so assuming for her that's a big PB.
Another fast and furious 50. We move on to our 16-year-olds. In lane 0 from Corby, Elise Sophia Kendall. In 1 representing Stirling Swim, Melissa Turnbull. In 2 representing Faulthouse Penguins, she's back again, Jessica Heaps. In 3 representing West Lothian, Melissa Mainwaring. In 4 representing Tynemouth, Anna Stokes. In 5 representing Bath University, Chloe Bowen. In 6 representing West Lothian, Natalie Marshall. In 7 representing Darlington is Laura Burgess. In 8 representing Warner Bass, Katie Rose. And in 9 representing Heart of Midlothian, Alice Mackey. Ariana Stokes from Tynemouth, 27 dead, over half a second faster. But it's not always been working out that way. The fastest qualifier gets there. Chloe Bowen from Bath University in 5, so 2 English-based swimmers in the middle lanes. Start key. Good start in lane 5 from Chloe Bowen. And also up there in lane 4, Ariana Stokes. Pretty level at the moment, Kerry.
There's not much between these girls, although Natalie Marshall looks like
going
she's,
well in 6. It's Natalie Marshall in 6, Chloe Bowen in 5, Ariana Stokes. It's lane 6, 4 and 5. That's the finish order. Natalie Marshall from Swim West Lothian takes almost 3/4 of a second or so off that time. In fact, just over that, 27.74, sub 27, 26.97. Ariana Stokes
that's a great
second.
final swim from her there. From
Second,
them all.
27.35. Chloe Bowen, 27.48. Resultantly confirmed, cracking swim from Natalie.
It's great to see a really strong second half of that 50 there. Sometimes you've seen the swimmers that have started the best that have been winning the races there. Natalie maybe didn't have the best start, but she certainly came through super strong in the second 25.
17-18-year-old final. In lane 0, representing Warner Bass, Olivia Mason. In 1, representing East Lothians, Lisa Stoddart. In 2, representing Warner Bass, Anna Green. In 3, representing Perth City, Elise Cousins. In 4, representing South Ayrshire, Ciara Sterica. In 5, representing City Glasgow, Drew McKenzie. In 6, representing Western Bartonshire, Catriona Stewart. In 7, representing Warner Bass, Sophie Houle. In 8, representing Bess is Anna Diagrosa, and in lane 9, representing Warner Bass, Millie Milne. Anna Green, Olivia Mason already had a 400 under their belt, so Ciara Sterica, fastest qualifier, might have her work cut out against Drew McKenzie. But don't discount Catriona Stewart, Elise Cousins. They might pull something special out as well.
I think we're in for a good race here.
700ths is the difference between Ciara and Drew. This is the 17-18-year-old 50-metre girls freestyle final. Very strong start from Ciara Sterica in lane 4 there, Kerry.
Yeah, she's up well into her stroke.
And Drew McKenzie
Drew's
coming through.
strongly through now.
It's Drew McKenzie, I think maybe just shading it from Ciara Sterica. Drew McKenzie, Ciara Sterica. Third place might be Catriona Stewart. Drew McKenzie, Ciara Sterica, Catriona Stewart. 26.55. 26.95 for Kira, very much on the entry time from this morning. Catriona Stewart a wee bit faster. It had to be to make sure she was third.
Good to see Drew keeping her head down in that last 5-6 metres there, sprinting all the way into the finish. Can make the difference between not winning necessarily there for her, but certainly going that time, which is quicker than this morning.
So that's the splash and dash over for this evening. We go to medal presentations very shortly. And you can see Anna Green and Olivia Mason 9th, 8th and 10th. And maybe that 400 just took that little bit out of them. They're certainly off the pace in that one, Kerry, so maybe...
It's always hard to back-to-back swims, but it's great to do. This is a team event as well here, so those swimmers will be racing for points for their teams and just getting as much race practice in lots of different events as well.
So medal presentations for the 11 to 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds. Leslie Prentice is doing those medal presentations. Leslie, the person managing snags at Tollcross this weekend. Molly Irvin Watson, well done Molly. Stranraer Stingrays, our bronze medalist. And in the 14-year-old age group category, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, is Kirsty Breakin. Our silver medalist from Aberdeen Performance in that 13-year-old age group category, Jessica Kirkwood. And our silver medalist from Warner Baths in the 14-year-old age group category, Kiana Kirtza. Our gold medalist and national age group champion from Darlington, she is a Scot, it's Lucy Oliver. And in the 14-year-old age group category, from Heart of Midlothian, Layla Weatherspoon. Well done Layla, and well done Lucy, National League Group champions in the 13th and under and 14-year-old age groups. And also well done to the other girls, Jessica, Molly Irvin Watson, Kiana Kirtza and Kirsty Breakin, second and third in that 50. So we now move on to the presentations for our 15, 16 and 17, 18-year-olds. I wonder if we'll get this one right, Kerry.
Hopefully.
So, bronze medalist in the 15-year-old age group category from South Ayrshire, Charlotte Hardy. In the 16-year-old age group category from Bath University, Chloe Brown. And in the 17, 18-year-old age group category from Western Bartonshire, Catriona Stewart. Well done, girls. Silver medalist in the 15-year-old age group category, representing South Ayrshire, Ailey Robertson. In the 16-year-old age group, representing Tynemouth, is Ariana Stokes. I'm sure Dad Byron will be delighted. Silver medalist in that 17 age group, Kira Sterica. Now on to our gold medalist and national age group champion in the 15-year-olds, representing the East Lothian swim team, Helen Stoddart. In the 16-year-old age group category, representing West Lothian national age group champion is Natalie Marshall. And in the 17, 18-year-old age group category, our national age group champion, gold medalist representing City of Glasgow, Drew McKenzie. And well done, ladies. Some fantastic swimming.
There's some great races in those 50s, wasn't there?
Great fun. Tight finishes. And a big thanks also to Leslie for doing those presentations. So we're about halfway through the programme. We now move on to 100 breaststroke. It's the 11, 13-year-old boys. Make their way poolside in lane 0. From Shetland, Tyler Coots. In lane 1, from Stirling Swim, Fraser van der Meulen. In 2, representing the city of Glasgow, Aaron Machin. In 3, from Perth City, Fraser Dow. In 4, from Onderbass, Dylan Mitchell. In 5, from Stirling Swim, Lachlan Small. In 6, from South Lanarkshire, Finlay Bennett. In 7, from City of Glasgow, Kyle Connolly. In 8, from the Highland Swim Team, Callum Stewart. And in lane 9, from East Lothian, Lewis Lothian. I just feel I've read some of these names so many times before this evening, Kerry.
They have. Some of these boys have been doing a lot of racing. It's great to see they're just coming back for more and more and more. I think we're in for a good race here. 2 of the boys under 120 in the heats. See if anyone else can join them and race for those medals.
Yeah, Dylan Mitchell and Lachlan Small, the 2, as you say, under the 120 mark. So 2 lengths to the pool. Pretty good start from the wonder swimmer Dylan Mitchell. Not quite so important to get too much advantage at the start. It's very much control the race, Kerry.
I think so, particularly on breaststroke. If you rush it too much in the first few strokes, you can end up slipping water and not getting where you want to go as fast as you want to go. So these boys look like they're taking it out fast, but not crazy fast, which is always a good thing.
And different stroke rates as well, as you said earlier. Some going nice and long, some a bit shorter, faster. And out the turn.
There's a good turn there from Dylan.
Lachlan Small was there or thereabouts, but Dylan Mitchell got a very good turn, and Fraser Dow from Perth City on his shoulder. Finlay Bennett coming through as well. Lachlan Small also well there, but it's the 2 red caps, Wander and Perth. It's Dylan Mitchell, Fraser Dow. Not much to choose between
Not much
the 2.
at all. They're both racing really hard against each other here. It's looking great.
It's Fraser Dow putting a great challenge. Fraser Dow is going to take this, or is it? Fraser Dow, Dylan Mitchell, 3rd place in lane 2. Aaron Machin.
That was so close for that bronze medal in the end.
It was indeed 1500s for that bronze medal, 120.85. Only 12-year-old Aaron Machin. He gets a chance to come back and do it again as a 13-year-old.
He did the 1500 this afternoon as well.
He did indeed. So well done, Fraser. Snatching that just at the death, 118.61, 118.85. Aaron Machin, 120.85. Fraser Dow taking best part of the second half of that time to get gold. So on to our 14-year-olds in lane 1. Representing Midlothian, Tony Bullock. In lane 0. In 1, representing South Lanarkshire, Craig Shaw. In 2, representing North Ayrshire, Lewis Gibson. In 3, representing Dubai, Torrin Rowan. In 4, representing Heart of Midlothian, Josh Elliott. In 5, representing City of Glasgow, Gregor Ross. In 6, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Conor Christoforis. In 7, representing Dundee City Aquatics, Corey Phillip. In 8, representing Kinross, Johnny Martin. And in 9, representing Incas, Taylor Hutton. Well, another interesting one ahead of us, Kerry.
Could be indeed. I think Josh is the quickest into the final by a few seconds, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be that way in the race.
Well, this afternoon I was being asked, and who are you going to pick in this one? And I have no hesitation. It's going to be the Hearts boy, Josh Elliott, and I think he'll win it comfortably.
I think he might, but I'm sure some of the boys might be up for challenging him, and they're certainly looking like they're doing that at the moment, which is great to see.
Well, it's close at the moment. Gregor Ross will certainly give him a good scrap down the first 50. They'll probably turn pretty close, but you just think that the Hearts boy might just have that little bit of extra to offer down the next stretch. Now it's about a third of a second, pretty level turns. And
good turns from both of them.
Third place Torben Rowan. Josh Elliott, Gregor Ross, not that much to choose between, but this is where the Hearts boy, I think, will just move away.
Yeah, it looks like Josh is stepping up now, he's picking up his stroke rate, working his legs, really strong kicks there. I think he's going to take this one, isn't he?
A wee jump in the camera there. And Josh Elliott, Gregor Ross, that's the 1-2.
It's going to be a cracking race for
third place may well be Conor Christophoris from Aberdeen Dolphins. Well, that's how I'm calling that. Josh Elliott, Gregor Ross. Josh Elliott 1:10.82, even faster than he was earlier on, as was Gregor Ross. Well, there's virtually 3 seconds between them in the heats, and pretty similar again, 1:10.82, 1:13.79, and well done to Conor Christophoris from Aberdeen Dolphins. Again, podium position for them, 1:15.20. He takes almost 2 seconds off the time to get a medal. Well done in out of lane 6. So we move on to the 15-year-old boys breast in lane 0 from Inverclyde. Luke Garrity. In 1 from Stirling Swim, Logan van der Meulen. In 2 representing South Lanarkshire, Thomas Traynor. In 3 from Perth City, Evan Davidson. In 4 from Wanderbass, Conor Mitchell. In 5 from North Lanarkshire, Royce Cringellis. In 6 from Tynemouth, Jack Kelso. In 7 from Monifief, Lewis Brander. In 8 from Perth City, Finn Bannerman. And 9, City Glasgow's Kai Connolly. This the boys' 15-year-old 100 metres breaststroke final. This could be a very close one. Conor Mitchell and Royce Cringellis, also swimmer representing the North Lanarkshire swim team. Don't discount Evan Davidson, Perth City or Jack Kelso, Tynemouth. But if you've got a slot, you might get something out of this. Good start in lane 3. Evan Davidson, Conor Mitchell. They're going pretty well, Kerry.
They are. Conor's looking possibly just fractionally ahead here going up into this first turn, I think. He looks like he's just got taken out a little bit harder than the others. Yeah.
Royce Cringellis with a wee bit to do along with Jack Kelso in 3rd and 4th.
It's the beauty of breaststroke though, isn't it? Sometimes it's not all about being the fastest to the 50. If you're really strong, if you're more of a 200 swimmer, you can come back, which I think we're seeing here.
Now Evan Davidson got that slightly better turn to get on sides Conor Mitchell. Conor Mitchell coming back though. It's the 2 red caps, it's Perth and Wander again to the 4. Evan Davidson, Conor Mitchell. Evan Davidson's got this wrapped up. Conor Mitchell 2nd, Royce Cringellis 3rd. That's the 1, 2, 3 and the 15-year-old meters, 15-year-old not meters, 100 metres breaststroke.
Excellent 2nd 50 there from Evan.
I think he's chuffed to bits with that one.
I think he's very happy with that. That's a great time.
1:08.59. That was some swim from Evan. 2nd place Conor Mitchell. 3rd Royce Cringellis.
Great to see the first 2 boys both of them under 110.
Indeed.
By a significant margin, which is I'm sure they'll be delighted with.
So we go back to presentations. This is for the breaststroke. Looks like Hazel Hastings, the West District Vice President and Council Member, I recognise her from the back, Kerry. So our bronze medalist representing the city of Glasgow, Aaron Machin. And in the 14-year-old age group category, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Conor Christoforis. Well, he's more than a head taller.
I know, I'm just thinking it's great, isn't it? The height differences you get at age group swimming, a year between them.
And in the 13-year-old age group category, our silver medalist rather, Wanda Bastel and Mitchell. And in the 14-year-old age group category, representing City of Glasgow, Gregor Ross. Of course, that bronze medal, there's 2 years between them because Matt Arm's only a 12-year-old, Kerry. You'd normally be quite right. Most of these guys are 13.
He's still got a lot of growing to do.
So our national age group champion in the 13 and under section 11-13, representing Perth City, is Fraser Dow. And our national age group champion, gold medalist, representing Hartland Midlothian in the 14-year age category, Josh Elliott. Of course, we had on the mics last night the Hearts head coach with us, Phil Potter. So both Phil and Mikhail, I think, will be Mikhail Damchik, his coach, will be delighted with that. Josh, I don't think in full squad at the moment, so well done to the Hearts squad. Another victory for Josh. So we move back to our breaststroke, continuing with the 16-year-olds now, Kerry. They're making away poolside. So starting over in lane 0, representing Aberdeen Performance, Jack Mitchell. In lane 1, representing Ithan, is Jack Lorimer. In lane 2, representing City of Glasgow, is Jake Holmes. In 3, representing City of Glasgow, Adam Scott. In 4, representing Glenrothes, David Smith. In 5, representing the East Lothian swim team, Luke Hornsey. In 6, representing City of Glasgow, Max Pelosi. In 7, representing the Broch, Jake Gibson. In 9, representing St Thomas, Cameron Mitchell. And in lane 9, representing Inverleith, Michael Skakel. Nice to see Michael in a final at Snags. The wee club from Edinburgh, Inverleith. They produce some cracking swimmers nevertheless.
They do. It's good to see a good spread of clubs, as you say, and represented in the finals.
And Glenrothes, can something special come out of Fife in this one? Good luck to David, but good luck to everybody.
David was the one swimmer under 110 and from the heats, so
Indeed.
See how he does here and if anyone else can join him.
So early stage, all off to a fairly level start, Kerry.
Where Luke Hornsey's possibly looking like he's got a slightly higher rate at the moment. He looks like he's taken this out fast. Maybe he wasn't happy with the swim this morning. Maybe he was taking it a little bit easier this morning. Who knows, but he's certainly racing for this final tonight.
That red cap of Glenrothes well there is Max Pelosi in lane 6. Lanes 2 and 3 not that far. Well, almost 5 in a row there.
It's going to be a good last 50. I think there might be a bit of a fight to the finish here. Some of these swimmers are.
It's Max Pelosi in 6, Luke Hornsey in 5, David Smith in 4, in 1, in 2 rather, Jake Holmes. This is really tightening up. It's coming through, David Smith in 4, 5, Luke Hornsey, David Smith, Luke Hornsey, and in 2, Jake Holmes. Jake Holmes in 2, David Smith in 4. David Smith's going to take this. David Smith, Luke 2 and 5 rather. I think David Smith, Jake Holmes, Luke Hornsey. That's how it finished. I got a bit excited there, Kerry.
You did. It was a good race. It was an exciting finish, and spotting the wall there was the key, I think, to winning that race.
I just wanted to get that one right for everyone tuning in, and I'd have been disappointed if I didn't call that for the Glenrothes swimmer, especially with everyone tuning in over there.
He had a great second 50, came back really strong and properly just got his hands on the wall at exactly the right moment in his stroke.
It's not on the screen, but David Smith, Jake Holmes and Luke Hornsey. That now the confirmed result. As we move on to our 17-18-year-old final, in lane 0, representing Bucky, Brandon Aitchison. In 1, representing Perth City, Murray Pritchard. In 2, representing Perth City, Owen Carroll. In 3, representing Warner Bass, Emil Moraski. In 4, representing Inverclyde, Matthew Garrity. In 5, representing Warner Bass, Mika van Blerk. In 6, representing Perth City, Sam Harrison. In 7, representing Warner Bass, Finn Bremner. In 8, representing City Glasgow, Archie Dixon. And in 9, representing City Glasgow, Robson Miles. Well, that white cap of Inverclyde with a swathe of red caps either side of him, Perth City and Warrender. Can Matthew Garrity prevail? And having qualified as fastest, can he sneak this one home? 107.40, 107.99 for Mika van Blerk, and Emil Moraski wasn't pushing it too much. 108.94 in the heats. And the two Wonder boys off pretty strongly in 3 and 5, also up there in 1, Murray Pritchard, Perth City. 25 gone, pretty level, Kerry.
They are. They're all working hard up this first 50. It's good to see them taking it out fast.
Mika van Blerk. It's Emil Moraski, Matthew Garrity, Mika van Blerk, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Very close here. This is going to be a great race.
This is where Matthew Garrity might well have to get to work, and he's certainly having to do so. Just forging a little bit ahead. Mika van Blerk in 5. Emil Moraski in 4. In 3 rather. Sam Harrison in 6. But the Inverclyde boy, Matthew Garrity, coming through and forging ahead. It's Matthew Garrity, Inverclyde, who's going to take this one. Two Wonder boys, Emil Moraski, Mika van Blerk. That's how it finishes for the minors places. Matthew Garrity, a wee bit faster than he was earlier on. 106.95. Well done, Matthew.
He'll be happy to go quicker, and he'll be happy to go under 107, I would think.
I think he's hurting a wee bit, so he should be. Well done, and great to see that camaraderie in the pool. Emil Moraski in second place, Mika van Blerk. Only 600 between the two of them as well. What a race.
Sure, they'll be used to racing each other in their training.
We've had some cracking finishes tonight. Well, we've had some cracking finishes full stop.
We've had some really, really good races. It's great to see when you get such a close race at the finish. I think it spurs all the swimmers on. If you're in a close race, it's easier to work hard in that last 4 or 5 metres.
We've missed that a lot. We've not had it even here at West Districts, where we're both based. We've had 1 or 2 tight finishes, but we've not had the same competition because the swimmers have not really been in the pool an awful lot. We've not had the same competitive edge, but
even
when you bring
the
the whole
atmosphere here, I think when everyone's here together, everyone's got there. It's good to see the swimmers, their face paints, their club tattoos, their club colours. It just adds to the whole level of excitement and atmosphere for the racing.
And of course, bringing the whole of Scotland and England and Wales together. Nice to see so many swimmers from south of the border coming up and adding to that little bit of quality we've got over the 5 days we're swimming. So
it's good to have some spectators in the building as well. I'm sure some of the parents are delighted to be able to come in and watch their swimmers race actually live. Indeed.
So our bronze medalist from North Lanarkshire in the 15-year-old age group category, Royce Gringellis. And East Lothian swim team is Luke Hornsey is our bronze medalist in the 16-year-old age group category. Our silver medalist in the 15-year-old age group category, Wonder Bass, Conor Mitchell. And in the 16-year-old age group category, City Glasgow's Jake Holmes. And on to our gold medalist in the 15-year-old age group category, our national age group champion representing Perth City, Evan Davidson. With some finish to snatch that at the end from Conor Mitchell. And in the 16-year-old age group category, our national age group champion from Glenrothes, David Smith.
Another tight finish. I think all these boys involved in tight finishes there, weren't they?
And he's a year older, but a bit smaller than Evan Davidson. But size isn't important, it's quality.
It certainly is.
Our bronze medalist in the 17-18-year-old category from Wonderbass, Mika van Blerk. Our silver medalist, just 600ths faster in silver medal position, also from Wonderbass, Real Maraski. And in the 17-18-year-old category, our national age group champion, 106.95 from Inverclyde, Matthew Garrity. He's just about got his breath back.
Just about. I think we'll let him off for still being out of breath after that race. Good mix of club colours as well on that podium. It's good
Indeed.
to see.
And I better say it or she'll give me a row later on. Big thanks to Hazel Hastings from Dumfries and our West District Vice President and Council Member for doing those presentations. Thank you very much.
It's nice for the swimmers to be able to have presentations as well.
Indeed. So back to a little bit more action. It's back to the girls. This is one event I really relish, the butterfly. I love to see 200 butterfly, Kerry.
It's a great. It can be a great race to watch. It can sometimes be a painful race to watch. But what I like about it is there's so many different strokes that we can see here.
In lane 0, representing East Lothian, Ava Marco. In lane 1, representing Aberdeen Dolphins, Talia Smith. In 2, representing North Lanarkshire Swim Team, Lisa Thompson. In 3, representing Aberdeen Performance, Emmy Aiken. In 4, representing South Lanarkshire is Evie Mackey. In 5, representing East Lothian Swim Team, Zara Kravis. In 6, representing Wonderbass is Ben Kelly. In 7, representing City Glasgow, Ciara Finlayson. And in 8, representing Lerwick, Alia Geddes. Sorry, Caris Geddes. My apologies to all those up in Lerwick. Caris Geddes in lane 8. So just a 9 go in this one. We only had 24 swimmers in total and 9 13 and under, so they all thankfully swam safely and qualified. So this could be an interesting one. Zara Kravis is probably the one that they might have to beat. Evie Mackey was the fastest qualifier coming into this. Well, a wee hiccup at the start there. I wasn't paying too much attention. Kerry, did you notice?
I'm not sure what. I think it was maybe just a technical issue with the start, maybe. Not seeing anything with the swimmers, so look like we're ready to go again.
Take 2. This is the 11 to 13-year-old girls 200 metres butterfly. 1 12-year-old in lane 1, the rest all 13. And what's the key thing in this, Kerry, in a 200 butterfly?
I think it's not to go out too fast. I've seen many a swimmer, done it myself, get really excited, up the first 50, and you think you're not going too fast, but you are, and you need to control the first 50. Tell my swimmers, don't race the first 50 in a 200 fly. They don't always take the advice, but I think that's the important thing. Save some of your energy.
Evie Mackey 33.84, Emmy Aiken 34.50, Zara Kravis 35.14.
It's great to see all these girls having a go, racing well on the 200 fly. It's a tough event. Sometimes it's hard to persuade the swimmers to try it out. Once they try it, they realise it's not actually as bad as they think, sometimes.
Well, 2:43 was the times for Evie Mackey and Zara Kravis.
Evie's got a lovely smooth, fast stroke, nice and flat in the water. Spotted that turn really well.
Now, Evie Mackey, she's as thin as a bean, but gutsy swimmer, does a whole mixture of events.
It's great. I've seen a lot of these girls swim multiple events, multiple strokes, different distances over the course of the past few days, and I think that's what it's all about. The more events you swim as a 11 to 13-year-old, the better.
Well, Zara Kravis, I wonder if she was told don't go out too strongly. But she's got her work cut out. She's really got to find something special, because Evie Mackey still looks as though she's got this fairly well under control, not pushed too much.
She's looking good, still working well underwater there. That's tough to do on the third turn of a turn to fly. Still breathing every two.
Still looks quite relaxed.
She does. Zara's coming back strong.
Just beginning to tie up a wee bit here, but the finishing line is only 25 metres out. Emmy Aiken in third place. Zara Kravis, don't think she's going to make this up now. Well, there's been some close things between South Lanarkshire and East Lothian and the boys. We've got this tonight. South Lanarkshire come out on top in the girls 2:40.05 for Evie.
Nearly sneaked under.
Zara Kravis 2:45.13. Emmy Aiken. Oh, she's really chuffed to bits, isn't she, Kerry?
She should be.
As you can see, she's as thin as a rake.
That was an excellent swim. She's delighted. It's a huge PB, I'm guessing, by the look on her face, and she's won an age group gold medal, so she's very, very happy.
I've thrown a wee thing. First time I saw her was at Faulthouse Penguins minute meet way back as a 10-year-old. She swam, I think she swam about a 2:30 for a 200 freestyle. It's mostly 50s, but that was the first time I came across her, and I thought this is a nice wee prospect. And it's lovely to see her on the podium in first place. So well done, Evie Mackey, trained down at Lanark there. I'll be delighted with that for her. As we move on to our 14-year-olds. Talking about Faulthouse Penguins, we have a Faulthouse Penguin swimmer in lane 0, Macy Carty. In lane 1, representing City of Glasgow, Alice Cumming. In 2, representing Wonderbass, Phoebe Arbuckle. In 3, representing Bucky, Madison Cool. In 4, representing Wonderbass, Kiana Kurtzer. In lane 5, representing City of Glasgow, Coca Croxford. In 6, representing City of Glasgow, Freya Beaton. In 7, representing Faulthouse Penguins, Rosie Heaps. It's not Jessica Heaps this time. In lane 8, representing Geary, Ellen Denny. And in 9, representing Western Bartonshire, Leah Rafferty. Again, as I say, I think I've said these names 2 or 3 times already. Certainly Kiana Kurtzer is back again, as is I think Phoebe Arbuckle. And we'll see how this one goes. Kiana Kurtzel, just the fastest qualifier. She's already had a swim earlier. If she's got plenty in reserve, she should have a good chance in this one as well. So 3 or 4 off fairly level. Nice to see Madison Cool from Bucky up there. I don't think we've had Bucky maybe on the podium yet.
She's taken it out well. She's a good first 50, her and Coco.
This is what Kiana did in the heat. She went out and we wondered whether she would finish the fastest qualifier and storm back in the final 50. Interested to see what happens. Coca Croxford will want to try and dominate if she can. Good all-rounder, Coco. And just beginning to pull away a wee bit here.
She is. She's looking nice and smooth and fast. Keeping a good rhythm to her stroke is important, particularly in a turn and fly. If you keep that rhythm going, it just helps you move through the water.
So 108.71, 109.50. So she's got 3 seconds over Kiana Kurtzer and the best part of a second over Madison Cool at the halfway mark. But it is still fairly early doors.
It is. it's not an insurmountable lead for these girls to claw back, but Coco's looking good. She's not looking like she's tying up at the moment for sure, and she's still looking strong. Nice, consistent leg kick.
Well, kind of like the last race, where Evie Mackey was a long way clear of the fancied swimmer Zara Kravitz. This is a similar one. It might be Kiana Kurtzer will have her hands cut to even get a second place.
Some girls coming up strong, isn't there? Madsen's having a great race as well out there. Hopefully she's going to hang on here for the silver medal.
Fear Beaton, can Fear Beaton find something special and even get into third place? Kiana Kurtzer beginning to tie up a wee bit here. Can Kiana keep going? But this has been impressive from Coca, as for Madison as well.
They've done a great job, these girls. Coco's led from the start. She's had a really good swim here.
Coca Croxford, City of Glasgow takes this.
Excellent.
Madison Cool in second place. Fear Beaton might just sneak this one. Well, I don't think she did. Kiana Kurtzer just held on. And
she's delighted.
Yeah, and so she should be. She swam a cracking race at very good time, 2:28.68.
Yeah, she's rightly delighted with that. It was a very, very good swim.
We'll just wait for that to be confirmed. And that looks like Coca Croxford, 2:28.68. There we have it. Madison Cool had a really good swim as well, 2:30.06. I know we did give her maybe the credit that's due, but that was a cracking swim from the Bucky swimmer. And third place was Kiana Kurtzer. So we move on to our 15-year-olds in lane 0. Representing Stranraer Stingrays, Emma Barrowman. In 1, representing Dumfries, Georgia Dickey. In 2, representing East Lothian Swim Team, Helen Sturrock. In 3, representing First, Susie McNair. In 4, representing Carter Midlothian, Orla McInnes. In 5, representing City of Glasgow, Heidi Wren. In 6, Stirling Swims, Eva Gordon. In 7, representing Carnegie, Zara Innes. In 8, representing Carnegie, Gemma Brown. And in 9, representing Falthouse Penguins, Lauren Anderson. Well, it wouldn't be Butterfly, and it wouldn't be Snags, and it wouldn't be Heart of Midlothian unless there was a McInnes here. And fastest qualifier is the baby of the family, Orla McInnes, 15-year-old. I'm sure Kiana's listening to the live stream, so if you are, Kiana, sit back and hopefully enjoy watching your wee sister. Good luck to everyone. Helen Sturrock back in the pool again.
She has. She's had a busy evening so far. I'm sure she'll be out fast here.
Yeah, and there we are, Helen Sturrock, as we suspected. It's 200 Butterfly. This is not really Helen's event, but she'll give it everything. She may not do a coach's instruction, and she might blast the first 100 that little bit strong and maybe die at the end, but
it's very hard for a sprinter not to go out fast. Even when you try not to, you still just can't help it.
As long as she enjoys her swim. Heidi Wren at the moment off a little bit faster, Orla McInnes and Susie McNair. Susie McNair, pretty good all-rounder, backstroke very good, freestyle excellent, butterfly reasonable. I won't say too much about the breaststroke, it's probably a work in progress, but she is only 15 after all.
And swimming the 400 IM very, very well, so it's good to swim all the strokes if you're trying to work on your IM.
Georgia Dickey in 1 coming through as well, as is lane 8. Gemma Brown from Carnegie. At the moment, Heidi Wren still looks pretty comfortable. Orla McInnes and Susie McNair also look pretty relaxed at this early stage, Kerry. Well, just over halfway through.
We do. I'm thinking we might be in for a good race, particularly for the silver medal. I'm not sure they're going to catch Heidi, but I really don't know. Never say never on a turn to fly.
Well, we had Coca Croxford, City Glasgow out really strongly. Her teammate, a year older, Heidi Wren, has also done the same. If she can hold this with 35 to go, but the other two are now beginning to just get themselves going. We know how strong Susie can be, but this is not her event, it's Orla McInnes's event. And here comes the Hearts girl, Orla McInnes, 20 metres out. It's going to be another Hearts victory, I fancy. Orla McInnes timing this perfectly. It's the Hearts girl coming through strongly. Orla McInnes, but Susie McNair. Oh, this is another tight one. Susie McNair, Orla McInnes. Wow, what a finish. Orla McInnes just gets that. 2:28.07. Susie McNair, 2:28.24. What a finish. Well done, Orla. I hope Big Sister was watching that one. In fact, I hope both Big Sisters were watching that. Well, yeah. We can't give you a wave from here, Orla, but well done.
Well paced there from those girls.
Susie McNair from first. I did say the 200 butterfly would take care of itself for her after she did the 400 free. And shame that Heidi Wren just touched out from her point of view at the end, but she gave it everything, didn't she, Kerry?
She certainly did, and it's a good time for her.
A great time. All girls under 2:30.
Really good. They'll be learning lots how to swim those events in that race for next time they do it, in terms of their pacing, how quick to go out, how strongly they can come back, what they might want to work on in training. So it's great to see.
And that's probably the first time they've had that opportunity at this sort of level. It's practice.
It's all about practice.
They'll get it better next time, hopefully. So on to the medal presentations. Bronze medalist in the 13-year-old age group category from Aberdeen Performance, Emmy Aiken. And in the 14-year-old age group is Kiana Kirtzer from Wanderbass. Silver medalist representing East Lothian swim team, Sarah Kravis. And from Bucky are on the podium tonight. Well done to Madison Cool, our 14-year-old silver medalist. I'm sure she's absolutely chuffed about getting a silver medal. Well done, Madison. And in the 11-13-year-old age group category, representing South Lanarkshire, our national age group champion, Evie Mackey. And 14-year-old national age group champion, another girl that was chuffed a bits at winning, from City of Glasgow, Coco Croxford.
Good to see they're all smiling and happy after a 200 fly. They've enjoyed their races, happy with their times, happy with their medals.
And they all squeeze onto, they all squeeze onto that podium. So well done, girls. That's some cracking swims. So still with the butterfly. Again, a few more girls back for seconds in lane 0. Representing the City of Glasgow, Georgia Reid. In lane 1, representing Ithin, is Lisa Goodbrand. In 2, representing First, Lexine McCappin. In lane 3, representing South Lanarkshire, Kirsty Gilmore. In 4, representing City of Glasgow, Stella McCarthy. In 5, representing Midlothian, is Chloe Barron. In lane 6, representing North Lanarkshire, Emma Creaney. In 7, representing Best, Lucy Diagrosa. In lane 8, representing Heart of Midlothian, Erica Watt. And in lane 9, representing the Highland swim team, Ciara Bain. This the 16-year-old girls 200 metres butterfly. Well, really, Stella McCarthy, she's already one of the 400 free. This is really her event, butterfly, her strongest event. And You would
doing
really,
really well.
strongly fancy her to get this one.
She's swimming great 200 flies over the last few competitions, and hopefully she'll do another good swim here.
2:25:45 entry time into this Scottish National Age Groups at the pre-snags meet in this pool just about a month ago, and comfortably qualifying in 2:28:90. Chloe Barron from Midlothian, East District champion. A few seconds slower on entry times coming into snags. She's a swimmer that will give it everything in the second half. So if she's in there or thereabouts with 50 to go, give herself a chance maybe of catching this one. At the moment, Stella McCarthy, Chloe Barron, Christy Gilmore.
Nothing hugely between them at the moment, but again, interesting to see the slightly different techniques, ways of swimming the butterfly. Stella's starting to pull away now, isn't she? She's picked up her rate a little bit, kicking a wee bit more, working her way down the second 50.
Slightly quicker arm action from Stella. Just getting into a very steady rhythm now, Chloe Barron. And Lucy Diagrosa from Best still going well in 7. Kirsty Gilmore, Emma Craney just a little bit further back. So advantage more in the second and a half.
Yeah, Stella's just showing her strength here, isn't she? Just pushing on this third 50.
Well, Midlothian girl won't want this advantage to be any more than maybe a second and a half. Otherwise, it might be all over. We'll get the splits of those 50s coming down. The penultimate 50 on the screen in a wee moment. Stella McCarthy 37.15, 37.68 for Chloe Barron. Another half second taken out of it. 2 seconds, and it looks all done and dusted unless Chloe Barron can find something special. Stella McCarthy looking good, Terry.
I'm thinking Stella's got this race. She's still working hard, looking strong down this final 25.
Stella McCarthy has this one wrapped up. Chloe Barron, Emma Craney perhaps for the bronze medal in lane 6.
Yeah, I think it looks like Emma is going to get the bronze.
And I think that's a personal best, 2:23.57. Chloe Barron, 2:28.01 may well also be a personal best. And Emma Craney finishing in third in 2:31.83. Emma Craney, that might also be a personal best for Emma Craney to get the bronze medal. So well done, girls. Another good race. Maybe not an exciting tight one, but nevertheless personal best, I think, for the first 3, and that's all you can ask for.
It is some great swims from them. Really looking good, working hard on those 200 flies, and it's great that they can come back and get some PBs in the final.
So the last 200 butterfly event are 17, 18-year-olds. Another few swimmers back for seconds or thirds. In lane 0, representing round 96, Gabriella Leasing. In lane 1, representing East Lothian swim team, Lauren Clark. In 2, representing City Glasgow, Drew McKenzie. In 3, representing Finns, Erin Taylor. In 4, representing Perth City, Catherine Bailey. In 5, representing Hampton Midlothian is Holly McGill. In 6, representing South Lanarkshire, Rebecca Ogier. In 7, representing City of Peterborough, Hannah Willis. In 8, representing Stirling Swim, Isabel Wood. And in 9, representing Aberdeen Performance, Kate Cassidy. Well, I know what it's like when I've got a swimmer that I've got to commentate who is related to me, and I know what you'll be feeling. You'll not want to say a thing about it. It's difficult.
It's very difficult.
We'll wish Isabel all the best from lane 8 and hope she has a good swim, and you never know what can happen.
It's a 200 fly, you never know. Catherine Bailey back after her 400 victory. She'll be looking to get a good strong start, I would think.
It's an interesting one. Drew McKenzie in 2 doing butterfly. Holly McGill
backstroke is her forte, but again, doing butterfly. Catherine Bailey won't have any problems. She'll relish doing this.
It's good to see Holly doing a few different events at this competition. She swam really well down the British last week in her backstroke.
Don't discount Rebecca Ogier in lead 6. East Bride swimmer. Do a lot of butterfly and distance. Another one that enjoys doing open water.
Yes,
Rebecca.
Yes, she likes her distance events. Works really hard in them all the time. You can see her. She's great and finishes her races really strongly.
Well, this one, dare I say it, is all done bar the washing.
Catherine's looking really good here. She's taken out nice and fast.
Well, we know you don't want to go out too fast, but Catherine should have the quality to take this one by the scruff of the neck. She's got exactly 2 seconds or so advantage over Drew McKenzie. Kind of think Erin Taylor might come through late. We get a chance of a medal. Well, Holly McGill, Drew McKenzie might have something to say about that.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in this third 50 in particular, how the different swimmers are approaching the race.
Catherine Bailey still well clear. And we'll see what the gap is. 1:41.11. Now it's 3 seconds now. Holly McGill, Drew McKenzie dropping back.
I don't think anyone's going to catch Catherine. Not sure anyone's going to catch Holly.
It's all about third. Holly McGill looks strong enough to hold on to second. Question is, can Drew McKenzie hold on to third from Erin Taylor from Finns? Certainly no problems for Catherine Bailey or Holly McGill. Rather like the last one, all cut and dried for first and second. Catherine Bailey from Perth City takes this 2:18.88. Good swim from her.
That's a great swim from her.
Second place and third place is Drew McKenzie. I think just well done, Catherine. 2:18.88.
Manages a nice smile at the end of that race.
Holly McGill second, 2:22.40, and that's a very good time. Then McGill Drew McKenzie 2:25.31 takes third from Erin Taylor. And Isabel 2:30.32. I'm sure she'll be delighted with that.
She'll be happy. It's quicker than this morning, so a good work in progress, I think.
So that's all the individual events. I think we do a set of presentations for that before we go on to our finale, which are some relays. And there we are, our butterfly medalists getting ready to be presented. Making our way over to the medal presentations. I think it's Pam Thompson, life member of SASA, doing these presentations. Our bronze medalist from City Glasgow is Heidi Wren. Our bronze medalist in the 16-year-old age group from North Lanarkshire, Emma Craney. We're on to silver medalists for our 15-year-olds. In the 15-year-old category, representing first is Susie McNair. And in the 16-year-old age group category, representing Midlothian, Chloe Barron. And in the 15-year-old age group category, our gold medalist and national age group champion, representing Harton Midlothian, Orla McInnes. I don't know what her friend is that she's got upside her.
Looks like a hippo, maybe, do you think?
Yeah. And in the 16-year-old age group category, our national age group champion from City of Glasgow, Stella McCarty. 17, 18-year-olds have got back after that last event. Our bronze medalist from City of Glasgow is Drew McKenzie. our silver medalist from Heart of Midlothian. Hidden there is Holly McGill. And our gold medalist and national age group champion, representing Perth City, Catherine Bailey. That's win number 2 tonight.
It's two very strong swims from Catherine tonight, the 400 and 200 fly.
A couple of girls have disappeared before the photo shoot.
I think they might well be in the relay, so they'll be like, we've got to get for a relay team.
There is a relay team, 17 and overs, so that's maybe why they're dashing off to do yet another swim. So it's been fun so far, Kerry.
It's been a really good night of racing tonight, hasn't it? Looking forward to these mixed medley relays. Very exciting races to watch.
So we move on. We've got 2 heats of 17 over 4x100 medley relay. So if my working is right, it's backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and then freestyle.
That's right, and you can choose which order you put which swimmers in terms of where you swim your boys, where you swim your girls.
I'm not quite sure if this is the first time we've done this at Snags or not, because it's 3 years ago, and
I can't remember. I think it might be.
it may well be the first time we've done this. Anyway, this is the first heat. In lane 1, we have the South Aberdeenshire team. In 2, Perth City's B team. Dundee City Aquatics in 3, Aberdeen Dolphins in 4, Inverclyde 5, North Lanarkshire 6, East Lothian in 7, and Ren 96 in 8.
So a couple of girls going off first here, the rest are all boys leading off.
Yeah, it's sometimes a wee bit of tactics. Do you front load it? Do you back load it? So we have a no-show from the Dundee City Aquatics. So just a 7 go. William Storer for South Aberdeenshire in 1. Owen Carroll, Perth City in 2. In lane 4, Faith Yuda, Aberdeen Dolphins. Thomas Cannon from Inverclyde. Ella Stevenson, North Lanarkshire. Charlie Smith, East Lothian. And Ewan Houston, Ren 96. Well, Thomas Cannon, he's based at University of Stirling, I think, but
yes, he's in my squad. So
18-year-old. Over on the far side, it's Advantage South Aberdeenshire, who are front-loading this with 2 boys. Second place, also front-loading, is the B team from Perth City. No, in fact, sorry, my apologies. It's Caitlin Rosie and Fern Crichton, South Aberdeenshire, Perth City. Red 96, Susan Orr goes in for them. And, in the middle lane in 5, Matthew Garrity, it's Inverclyde that are front loading it. Matthew Garrity, having just won the 100 breaststroke, gets another chance to see how he does in another 100 breast. Great to have that quality in your team doing your breaststroke for you.
it's very good to be able to have a strong swimmer in each stroke. It's a good advantage. I love the relays, the way the swimmers all pull together. They can always manage to pull something out of the bag for a relay.
Amy Watson will do the butterfly. You always think that they should all be doing breaststroke. If everybody could do breaststroke, Inverclyde would probably win this out of the park.
A 4x100 breaststroke.
Yeah.
Relay. I'm not sure I'd like that.
Amy Watson, 2:11.10. Well, it's a big gap at the moment, but that gap might suddenly evaporate.
That's the beauty of these mixed medley relays, isn't it? It's like you can be miles behind and then all of a sudden, just by the way you've swum your team.
John Mackay goes in for Perth City, almost 10 seconds back. Third place is the Ren 96, and they're 13 seconds back. They've got Gabrielle Leasing in for them. Inverclyde, 2:40.27. Let's see how Perth City do. Stirling 2:49.75. Well, looks good for Inverclyde, Kerry.
Certainly does. Let's see if we can see the other teams. Or
Perth City maybe just about ready to get into caption, but Aberdeen Dolphins with Tom Robinson coming through into second place now. So Perth City had 10 seconds. Let's see what the gap is, 3:16.35. Still, I think, a healthy advantage.
I think so.
I think they've got this one wrapped up now.
Inverclyde going in second there, I think. Am I right? No.
Aberdeen Dolphins, you mean? Yeah, yeah, I knew what you meant. 6 seconds advantage. I'm not going to be caught now. Perth team, B team with Elias Cousins in third place.
This is having a strong first 50 up this last leg.
Well, Inverclyde still a good 6 seconds or so clear.
I think Inverclyde are going to win this heat, aren't they? It's going to be a good race for second though, between Perth and Aberdeen Dolphins.
Perth City are going to get into second place. And just forging second now.
Yeah.
Wally Cannon brings Inverclyde home pretty comfortably. 4:19.41 was their entry time. It's just inside that, 4:18.93.
North Lanarkshire might sneak the third.
Indeed. Perth City, B team, and North Lanarkshire third. Perth City 4:24.27, North Lanarkshire 4:25.24. I think the big guns will be out in the next one if the Aberdeen performance team are the same ones that were taking part earlier on. I'll confirm that in a wee minute. But Molly Cannon for Inverclyde coming home a little bit faster than their entry, 4:18.93. That's certainly the target for the next one, but times for all of these teams are in fact all faster, all 10. So the teams in this one, in 0, Heart of Midlothian, in 1, Perth City, in 2, the B team from City of Glasgow, in 3, the B team from Warner Baths, in 4, City of Glasgow's A team, in 5, Aberdeen Performance, in 6, City of Glasgow's C team. Strange, their C team is ahead of their B team anyway. Warner Baths A team in 7, South Ayrshire in 8, and Stirling Swim in lane 9.
Well, the swimmers are excited about this race. Certainly my 4 are all been looking forward to this mixed medley all day. So hopefully they have a good race, and again got a good mix of.
Isabel having another bash at
She's swimming the fly leg. Yeah.
the butterfly.
Quite a lot of girls going off on the backstroke.
Well, the Aberdeen performance team, Emily Grant, Conor Massey, Yas Perry, Lewis Birrell, very strong team, all 20 or above, so they've brought some big guns down from Aberdeen.
Have to enjoy some really fun.
This is so they can get their time hopefully for the British Championships. And their lead, Michael Flynn, takes the B team for City Glasgow out. Very good on backstroke is Michael. Second place might just be Warner's B team, Finn Bremner. Stirling in third place, Alexander Harris, the veteran of your team at 20.
He certainly is. He's, again, delighted to be able to come in and swim this relay. It's good that some of these older swimmers are getting an opportunity to do the relays. Some of them haven't had many chances to do individual swims in other weeks yet, so it's really good.
Of course, someone like Alexander would have missed out on Snags 3 years ago.
Yes.
Which would have probably been the last time we had an opportunity to do so. So nice that he can get a swim tonight. So City Glasgow, Wanderers and the City Glasgow A team at the moment. Well, Ciara Davidson going pretty well at Yusuf Batouf. I think it is City Glasgow's A team. Wanda Bath, Sophie Hoole and Conor Massey for Aberdeen Performance. Well, they're not going it their own way just at the moment. City Glasgow still going very nicely indeed. The University of Aberdeen now going second. City Glasgow team are the only team sub 4 minutes. They've got some useful swimmers to come. Mark Ford will pop in on butterfly.
It's not a bad swimmer to have in on your butterfly leg.
No, whether that's his second best on his backstroke, but Peter Shannon, of course, doing the backstroke for them. Second, Asmund Perry. No, Mark Ford and Asmund Perry, first and second. Mark Elric, another very strong butterfly swimmer for the B team, City Glasgow. And Callum Rose, another useful fly swimmer from Warner Baths. Warner maybe in the third place at the moment. They are just ahead of the B team of City Glasgow. Well, City Glasgow have this, dare I say it, wrapped up.
A fairly commanding lead here. I'm not sure anyone's going to catch them.
Even a very slow Drew Mackenzie's not going to lose this massive advantage now.
I don't think so. It would take some last leg from another club.
Drew Mackenzie 3:02.54 goes in.
Second and third though, it's going to be close. It's going to be a good race.
Warner and City Glasgow B, a little between the two. Olivia Mason goes in for Warner Baths. Jory Horn for City Glasgow. And Lewis Birrell, Aberdeen Performance. Lewis Birrell, you kind of fancy won't get Aberdeen Performance down to second. But Drew Mackenzie, you think that City Glasgow 3:55.36 could well come around the 3:57-ish mark.
Aberdeen coming through strongly for the second spot here.
Well, it's just going to be around the 4 minute mark for City Glasgow. 4 minutes, 0.32. City Glasgow, Aberdeen Performance.
Quite tight between Warner and another Glasgow team here.
Warner
have got it.
Yeah, Warner have got third place. Well done to Olivia, getting them into the bronze medal position ahead of the City Glasgow B and C teams. Disqualification in that last heat, something going amiss with
That's unfortunate.
Perth City, and usually that's likely to have been a takeover, I suspect, Kerry. That's the favourite with relays.
It certainly is. We've had a few this meet already, so I'm just double checking. No, it wasn't us that one, which is good. But no, it's unfortunate. Sometimes swimmers just get a little bit excited and go a wee bit too early.
So that's confirmed. City Glasgow, Aberdeen Performance, Warner Bath A team. Of course, that's the City Glasgow A team as well. First, second, and third. So that is the end of all our swimmers for this evening. In fact, it is the Warner Bath A team, not the B team. B team went in lane 3. Well, actually a faster time than their A team, but the A team prevailed. So last lot of presentations are those 17 over 4x100 medley relays. Well, what's been the highlight this evening, Kerry?
I like this.
There's been a lot.
There's been a lot. 50 freestyles were great. 100 breaststroke races, I think, were good. Lots of close finishes, good racing. So yeah, but tonight it's just been some cracking races all round.
Yeah, indeed. Just looking back on that front sheet, when we look at the backstroke, that 200 backstroke, to begin with James Kirkpatrick getting better of Conor Aspinall. That was the start of it all. Very tight start, and We had a very good one with Edward Bell getting up at the death to take Adam Scott. That was another special one.
Close races, wasn't there?
Yeah, we've had a lot of good ones, and Robert Burgess and Andrew Bertoli finishing the breaststroke. There's 5 breaststroke events with another tight one.
Lots of good PBs, big drops this swimmers, and I think really encouraging for them to go quicker in the finals than they've done in the heats as well, which is it's not always easy to do. So I think they should hopefully all be really, really pleased with the way they've raced tonight.
Yeah, it's been fun tonight, Kerry, and even in the 50s, a lot of tight finishes and some very fast times from a lot of the swimmers. That's what we want to see. Lots of excitement, lots of fun, and just nice to be back at Tollcross, or even at Aberdeen Sports Village, wherever we hold these events. It's nice to be back. So we'll just get our athletes ready. I think they're just about good to go.
Yep, we've managed to get the breast back a little bit and get their team kit on for the presentations.
So it's final set of presentations for this evening. Wanda Bath, City Glasgow and Aberdeen Performance making their way over to the podium. And looks like Wanda Bath team ready. Wanda Bath's A team are our bronze medalist in that mixed 17 and over mixed medley relay. They are Anna Green, Mika van Blurk, Callum Rose and Olivia Mason. And doing these presentations are STO manager Neil Valentine, Sasa Life member. Does a lot of sterling work, does Neil behind the scenes at a lot of these events. Our runners-up, the University of Aberdeen Performance team, who are Emily Grant, Conor Massey back in his stomping grounds at Tollcross, Esmond Perry and Lewis Burrell. And our gold medalist and National Age Group champions team from City of Glasgow, their A team. I think they're quite pleased.
They look pretty happy, don't they? And rightly so.
Katie Shanahan. That's Drew McKenzie. Yusuf Batouf, the veteran at 22. And Mark Ford. So well done City Glasgow, also well done to University of Aberdeen and to Wanda Bass. Thanks to Neil for doing those presentations again. It's been another cracking evening at Tollcross, day 3 of the Scottish National League Group Championships. I'm sure you've had a lot of fun, Kerry, working with me tonight.
I have, thank you. It's been great. It's been nice to sit, watch and see all the races. So no, a huge well done to all the summer tonight. They've done a great job, haven't they?
Yeah, delighted to have you with me tonight, and delighted for everyone tuning in. So from Kerry and myself, Robert Taylor, thanks for being with us. We're back here tomorrow to do it all over again at I think 9 o'clock, so join us just before 9 for session 10, I believe.
It will be.
So thanks everyone and good night.